kids take this damn parade. Who cares? Joe, there's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets scared by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was at a Hooters.
I'm Joe Murray. We got ourselves a baseball game tonight. We got ourselves 4 hours of sports talk, everything you want to get into or don't want to get into. We got it all for you at 617-779-0985. It's real easy. You call into the show. Riley's here today, our intern. She'll ask you your name, what you want to talk about, and boom, we got Street Team Joe back there. Will be helping us out on our digital side tonight. Scaz behind the board, and of course you as well. You can follow us and go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub. And boom, you'll see the Joe Show right there on YouTube. I'm jumping in there right now to go see everybody that is already there. I had a rundown that I sent out to the team earlier this morning, and well, it looks like there may be some changes to our opening take, but I did want to get into the Patriots. What was more difficult, their offseason or regular season? We'll do that later. The Christian Gonzalez situation's out there. I have a take on the New York Knicks in how teams win in the NBA these days. So stay tuned for that. There's more on the lockout in the Red Sox. We'll do more OTAs tonight. There's a rumor about Derek White potentially being on the market. I had a chance to talk to Rick Buchard today, Basketball Insider. He gave me some scoops on the Giannis situation when it comes to the Celtics, so I'll have that more for you later today. John Sarianides, New England Football Journal, will be on the show tonight. He's a coach over at King Philip as well. I believe they made a nice little change over there, and he was, I believe he had his team over at OTAs. We have pizza in the house, beach pizza from what I hear, so I can't wait to check that out. And your thoughts at 617-779-0985. But what happened earlier today, everybody? What happened? I was just on Nesson. We do Boston's Enter the Chat. It's on from 4 to 6 every Monday through Friday, and we got the breaking news regarding Roman Anthony, who will be shut down for the weekend. And the more I think about this, like when it came out and I heard it right away and he shut down, I immediately thought it was a Roman Anthony move. The Sam Kennedy comments regarding not a tear is really coming back to bite him. It really is. And you know what? I want to start by saying I thought when Roman Anthony originally hurt his hand, he got a diagnosis that said he'll be back in 10 days. And he came out and said, I'll be back exactly when I can come off the injured list. That's a bad move. That's a rookie decision. He shouldn't have done that. That was bad. You don't know how long you're going to be out for, man. And I know that's to, maybe be a good teammate, or I'm going to rush right back to get in there. I understand he wants to play. But that was a rookie move. Rookie move from him. So now that they moved on from it, he's missed time. Was it a tear? Was it not a tear? It's reported that it was a tear. Sam Kennedy comes out on radio and says it's not a tear. Then Roman Anthony wants to say, let me make it clear I have a tear in my finger. And then we find out today that he's been shut down for the weekend. The Boston Red Sox this year are 4 games out of a playoff. But is it really about winning games anymore? Because I already told you, my take earlier in the week was they're just not good enough. They're not good enough. But at some point, you do have to look at the future, right? At some point, you do have to protect your best player that you gave a long-term extension to. You also have to think about this player has now been injured in back-to-back seasons, and a diagnosis on both, whether it was his oblique or its finger, it was remainder of the season. This one here now is a shutdown. If you put him on a 60-day DL, you can retroactive him. But at that point, are the Red Sox going to be in the conversation? Could he be back by the end of July? Like, if they're just going to keep pushing this back, the pain's not going to go away. They need to shut this guy down. I'm talking 60-day DL. But when I heard the news today, I thought Roman was going to stick it to the Red Sox. He's already got his money. The team needs him. They stink. And his finger hurts. It's in his best interest to wait this thing out. Oh, not to mention, does ownership now question his toughness? And here's the other thing. I grew up here, right? I grew up in this town. There are certain guys, when they get a reputation, that's exactly what they are. J.D. Drew was one of them. John Lackey complaining about guys in the field, right? There were always just certain guys you knew. Right? I always wondered, don't let him get out. There was just always certain guys. You just always just knew. I'm wondering about Roman Anthony now because of the way it's been portrayed. I bet there's people out there who think he's soft. There's people who think that this is the guy you want to build on because who created that narrative? Who created it? The guy who said that it's not a tear. The guy who thinks that he'll be back sooner. Or is he questioning that he should be back sooner? Now that is in the head of Red Sox fans or people of Boston. Now we're looking at Roman Anthony as, are you really hurt this time? Because that was my exact thought today. When it comes to Roman Anthony, there's an injury there. One of the high-ranking members of the Boston Red Sox says, it's not that. They got to get on the same page because in the end, it's about winning games on the baseball field. But right now, you're playing games with superstars who you gave the money to. And now I'm looking at Roman Anthony as, well, all right, you think it's not a tear? I'm going to shut down for a bit. It's painful. I mean, the word pain threshold was brought up this week regarding Roman Anthony. Do you really think that guy doesn't want to be out there and isn't tough? But I bet you there's people now questioning it. Why? Why did a high-ranking member of the Red Sox make a comment regarding injuries? What is that about? Another thing I wanted to bring up here. Roman Anthony signed an extension last year without talking to his agent. His agent was pissed, right? That's at least what I heard. Or I think it was reported. The Red Sox got a deal. They got Roman Anthony on a nice long-term deal, thinking they're getting ahead of the game. And we know what happened with Alex Cora this year, who told Ken Rosenthal and then tried to deny it, that these guys are getting their money before they prove anything. Isn't that exactly what's happening right now with Roman Anthony? He got his money. What's the rush for Roman Anthony to come back? And by the way, I bet you Roman Anthony's listening to his agent now, right? You think Roman Anthony's being advised by that agent that he kept out of those negotiations? Absolutely. So here you go. High-ranking member of the organization says, not a tear. He says, player now says, let me be clear, I can't swing the bat. It hurts because I have a small tear in my hand. Next day, shut down. That's smelly. I'm sorry. That one stinks. There's something more to this. And you know what? In a way, I almost defend Roman Anthony in this one. We now have I don't want to even call it a standoff. But I won't forget earlier when Jaron Duran made a comment about media talking about injuries. The media hasn't talked about Roman's injury besides what's the update, what's the update, what's the update. And the update that we got was not a tear from who? One of the higher-ups. Does he think he should be back sooner? Do the higher-ups think he's soft? Or is a pain tolerance? Is that where we're at right now? Have the Red Sox now alienated one of their great young stars? And I'm not trying to spin this as stirring the pot or anything like that. When you talk about injuries and you're a high-ranking official, we're listening. We listen to the way you talk about things. I heard it. This is why I think it smells and it's stinky and it's smelly. Because Roman Anthony now, my hand hurts. It really is a tear. Just to prove it, I'm going to need some more time. I want to be 100% before I come back. He's already got his money, and now he's trying to just, let's call it what it is. He got alienated, and maybe now he's going to take more time. I'd like to use the term stick it to them. But it's a weekend. Let's see where it goes. But if I can just bring up one more thing before we go to break. I know I'm rolling now. I'm just spitballing. Tristan Cassis has had a really hard time in Boston. And I think we have all... Do you think Tristan Cassis has now been alienated? Whether it's the fans, the media, whatever. This guy does mental reps and he gets hurt. Yesterday, Roman Anthony did dry reps and we laughed all about it. And he's still injured. He's still injured. This is me trying to defend Tristan Cassis, which is very hard to do. But this guy hasn't been able to come back yet. He's hurt here, swings here, he gets pushed back here, there, and everywhere. It happened with Marcelo Meyer in the minors, too. And by the way, no shakes at the major league level. I don't even know how to really look at Marcelo Meyer. But if I just keep it to the injuries with Cassis and Roman Anthony, every time we get some sort of update or diagnosis, it's never right. And I'm almost at the point where I'm wondering if the Red Sox aren't diagnosing these things enough, and it's alienating the players from maybe the staff and the ownership who's speaking on injuries. It's not a good look. It is not a good look. And I'm going to bet. Hey, listen, I can't believe I'm defending Tristan Cassis right now. But how many times has he been set back after given a time? I think they should put Roman on the 60-day DL. Hopefully you get him back sometime in July and he's healthy. It's the best case scenario. If not, and it's not right, I'm almost wondering if we see Roman Anthony at all for the rest of this year. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Get in on the YouTube as well. Your thoughts on just the way things have been handled. It's not good. We'll have more coming up next. Skaz is here. I see Street Team Joe back there. And Riley, just call. She'll take your call, put you on hold, and we'll put you right through. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe.
ultimately, I think where I land is what I've been saying this entire season to you, Tony. They don't employ someone who cares just about the Boston Red Sox. They have a central entity in FSG, Fenway Sports Group, who own a bunch of sports teams, and they have a lot of money spread out across a lot of different enterprises, let's call it. Craig Breslow's only job is to care about the Boston Red Sox and build the Boston Red Sox. But if you don't have any influence over John Henry to get him to spend money, and I hate the people that are like, oh, he does spend money because look at you have to factor in the luxury tax. No, I don't. I'm looking at just dollars allocated to this roster without luxury tax. You are a middle of the road team as far as spending is concerned. That's not how they've won before. That's honestly not how you win in this league. You got to spend the money. And right now, they do not employ someone with the power to either do that or influence the guy who can do that, whose sole responsibility or allocate their energy just to or primarily to the Boston Red Sox. That person does not exist, and they need to, or else this is going to be how it's going to be.
Well, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. That was Jared Carrabba's Section 10 podcast saying that they need to employ somebody that cares just about the Boston Red Sox. You can call in on this one. Roman Anthony shut down over the weekend. I'm stuffing my face with beach pizza right now. From Tripoli. We'll do a little more on this later on tonight, but is this Tree Team Joe's first time having beach pizza?
No.
Is it have you had any beach
I've
pizza?
not yet, but I'll get there.
I think it's very good, Scott.
That's what the reviews are saying from back here. Street Team Joe, not his first time.
I'm eating at room temperature.
So is he. He said it's in the 8s.
Yeah. What do you think of that take by Jared?
That the Red Sox are hopeless. I would agree. And I also don't think they have anyone in their organization to steer them in the right direction. Anyone with balls, I think, is what you said the other night, Joe. You were looking for some balls. I don't know if the Red Sox have that right now, and I don't know if they particularly care to, I think, is part of the problem. I don't really know what's going on with the Boston Red Sox when Sam Kennedy and Roman Anthony are seemingly at odds. We get the update today that Roman Anthony hurt again, it seems, or re-injured, re-aggravated, however you want to phrase it. This is a concerning trend now for Roman Anthony and for the Red Sox in general with some of these injuries with the younger guys. Obviously, you mentioned Cassis earlier in the show, but now Roman Anthony, this is 2 years in a row where he's had something. Marcelo Meyer is not known to finish seasons strong, so certainly a cause for concern. You see what happened to Garrett Crochet earlier this season as well. Like, could this season be going any worse for the Boston Red Sox? That's what I'm starting to wonder. That's almost where I'm at,
Yes.
Joe Murray.
Yes.
Well, yes, it could go worse,
Yeah,
or
I think it can. Because,
okay.
Because, Skaz, and this is probably the question to ask of tonight. I kind of hinted at it. Do you think that the Red Sox, meaning Breslow and above, have alienated Tristan Cassis, Campbell, Meyer, and Anthony?
No. I don't think so at all. You've paid those guys. You don't alienate guys you pay, and Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer on the big league roster.
Gotcha.
Tristan Cassis, I think, if anything, has alienated himself, unfortunately, not by his own doing at times, maybe a little bit, but because of the injuries, I think he's been alienated. We haven't seen him. I mean, he's been in Fort Myers rehabbing. He hasn't, been with, we've seen him here and there, I feel like I saw him in a boot, a month or two ago, but the Christian Campbell thing, I would say his play has kind of alienated him there. The Red Sox gave him a contract. I'm not going to say you alienated a guy when you handed him $100 million. But I think the Red Sox, for me, the better question is the roster alienated from Craig Breslow in the front office? Because that, I think, is a certainty.
So, okay. I already threw up the white flag. If this was wrestling, it would be a 1, Two.
You're at 2, Joe.
We throw up twos.
Okay.
Okay. So the front office did a
Sucks.
lot of things to make this a bad team winning and losing.
Yeah, I would say.
Which is what matters in the long run.
Sure.
When I asked you, have they alienated them? You're right. They did pay them. But Skaz, is that enough in the league anymore? Like, think about that for a second. They gave Campbell the money, and now they can't even get him right. Like, Tristan Cassis didn't get the money, by the way. And maybe a fault of his own. Maybe.
Neither did Jaron Duran. You wonder why those two guys didn't get the money.
You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm going with it. Meyer has been their highest pick ever. He can't hit at Fenway, but for some reason he can hit everywhere else, but he's not good.
Well, the Red Sox in general can't hit at Fenway.
Yeah, but he's like not good.
Marcelo Meyer is not my problem. I have no issues with Marcelo Meyer.
But I'm trying to bring up when I say alienated is, did they protect Roman Anthony this year?
No. And in fact, they exposed him, and it's hurt them dearly.
And now you have people that are high-ranking officials, essentially the mouthpiece of the owner.
I don't think essentially. He is the mouthpiece of the owner. What else does he do?
The mouthpiece of the owner said it's not a tear. And then just days later, Roman Anthony says it is a tear, and now he's shut down. That's what I mean by alienated. Like Christian Campbell, he might be toast. They're looking for a right-handed bat. You might as well just bring him up, and if he sucks, that's on you. At least show us he sucks. At least show me. I'm at a point right now, Skaz, where I'm talking from medical staff to instructors to, I'm going deep. Like, they've already moved all the third base coach, first base coach, hitting coach. Like, they need like a deep, deep, deep cleanse. And quite frankly, you got to keep Roman Anthony out of it. You got to keep Crochet out of it. And like, what about him in the future now? What do they do with him now if they're out of it and it's not about wins and losses anymore? Do you want to risk Garrett Crochet to come back? I am at a loss of words a little bit of where they're at the moment. I really am.
It's embarrassing.
But this whole Roman Anthony thing, if Roman Anthony's pushing back now because of the comments and he's actually injured and can't perform, if I'm his agent, I sit out as long as possible. And here's the deal. He sits out, right? The further they get out of the playoff, right? The number goes from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. And every week we're going to be like, hey, what's up with Roman? Oh, he hasn't hit off a tee yet. Put him on the 60-day DL, dude. Hopefully you can get him back in July. If their team's any good, he'll get some at-bats. If not, he's probably done for the year. I know we'll check in on this next week and we'll get a different type of, we'll get an update. He's going to hit off a tee on Wednesday. They've alienated their best player. Arguably their best player. They didn't protect him at the beginning of the year. They batted him leadoff, third. He put pressure on himself. And the 2 times that Roman Anthony's been injured, why? Swinging. Does it have anything to do with driveline? Does it have anything to do with, I don't know, launch angle? What's up with all the wrist injuries with this group?
Well, at least the first inning's going well tonight, Joe.
So last night I asked you this. I remember. Did you hear the big the sigh there? That was so Riley. Every once in a while when he poked the bear. he poked the bear, and I went, no, me mad. I thought last night when Weissert was in the game, you had Slayton warming up, and at least Moran could be a guy to give you something. And I get it. You want the right on right or the left on. Don't care anymore.
The Uber driver.
Everyone got home safely. But I question if that was Tracy or if it was upper management. So last night we had Smitty on. He said it was definitely Tracy. I talked to Tyler Milliken today. He said it was definitely Tracy. I'm not buying it.
He should be fired. If it was him, just fire him too.
He's in a terrible situation. Remember, I was talking about his cushy job he had in Worcester.
What a dream.
He had a good job down there, man.
Oh, the Polar Park, nice amenities down there.
Yeah, just great little. Told you they got a great little food festival, a little food court, like right next door, next to a dispensary. So good.
Well, 2 for 1.
That's right. But I just last night when I said, so who's the opener? Who's the buffer tonight? And they said it was Sam Diego or whatever.
Tyler Samaniego went well.
So I thought that, maybe it was Moran, and that's why they didn't put him in that spot. Like Greg Weissert, no longer high leverage situation. Justin Slayton's literally warming up right there. You could have used anybody else. You didn't. So tonight, the genius idea was to have another buffer.
A fluffer,
let's call it what it is. For Brian Bayo. I believe the opener in the last 2 games has gone down 2-0 in every game.
How about 4? How about 4-0?
So it was doubled up tonight.
Can I raise it, Joe? Brian Bale, what we should have left the show off, though, tonight with Joe, is Brian Bale's going for his 500th strikeout tonight. I mean, that should be the lead story. That's what I'm invested in. Number 500 for Brian Bale tonight. Can't wait.
Did they really give up 5 hits in a row? People in our chat are chirping the Red Sox really bad. By the way, I didn't. You know that you saw the rundown I sent you, right? I wasn't starting Red Sox tonight.
No, we weren't. It was for I don't know 48 straight hours. We've been teasing AJ Brown. I think.
Yes, Riley. In the business, when you give it, hey, coming up next, I have been doing that for days. I mean,
it's not really there's nothing real. We'll get there. It's going to happen,
No, I'm just laughing at myself because I continuously tease something that we never do.
It's not. There's no real pressing issue. I think the Roman Anthony thing is more topical. We got some news today.
So, Samaniego?
Samaniego. Tyler. We'll call him Tyler.
1 inning.
Yeah, 1.
6 hits.
Okay.
4 runs all earned. 2 strikeouts. 22 pitches. ERA 2.95.
Only 22 pitches. Not bad. That's 6 hits and 4 runs on 22 pitches. That's efficiency.
I mean, he faced 9 batters.
That's good.
He only gave up 6 hits.
Only 6 hits, Joe.
He did not give up a home run. The bullpen's been giving up a lot of home runs lately.
Oh, save those for later.
Yeah. Oh, Duran led the game off with a single?
Solid single and then a double play.
And then Willier struck out. Oh boy, I don't know, man. I've never when Gerard Mayo, who we'll get to later, when he got fired,
a 5th down.
Yes, when he got fired, I was sitting in the same seat doing post game.
Yep, the lights went out on Gerard Mayo.
Literally, the lights as they just went out in their studio. That was the day when I was like, this was the best thing the Patriots have ever done. Like. They admitted a mistake, and they're moving on. I think the Red Sox really don't have anybody running the team that truly runs the team. I do agree with Jared's take. And I think from the trainer down to the ball boy might have to be gutted. And you know what I would do? I was talking to Jay Stu about this. You would just promote Sam Kennedy to the Fenway Sports Group.
Oh, yeah. Let's promote Sam Kennedy.
No, put him there. You know why? Because he can't be a part of this anymore.
I'll fire him, but they will never do that.
No. That's what I'm trying to see. I'm doing a solid here.
You're not firing.
He paid a service.
Which was ruining the Boston Red Sox for years.
You just put him up there, all right?
Being John Henry's
Get him out of there.
Yeah, okay, I'm just trying to figure out what he did.
It doesn't make sense, which of course is life. But we're putting him up in the Fenway Sports Group.
Failing upward.
And now there's nobody there. There'll be nobody when Breslow's there. Eddie Romero will be gone too because he's got nothing. There'll be nothing. Scouts, nothing.
No one is employed.
No.
It's a good way to save payroll.
And then you hire a chief baseball operator.
Wow.
Who then will bring in all of his guys.
Okay.
And then they'll get their guys, their scouting team.
And they're going to pay for that.
They're going to have to because just like Robert Kraft, he admitted the mistake. Right? He admitted the mistake.
I would say it's a mistake when you hire a guy who wasn't a coach, gets fired, and then he immediately goes back to not being a coach. I would say that was probably a failed experiment.
Yep. I think literally from the training staff to the ball boy, it's all got to go. And I think you need to start looking at what is a part of your future. Maybe we'll do that later, Skez. Maybe we'll, I don't know, Riley, you follow the team, right? Maybe we can make like a who's actually a part of the future. This is kind of my whole problem with this season, though. We've been doing the future of the Red Sox for the last 5 years. That's what they've been selling us is the future, the future, the future. The future's here, and they still suck. Well, they suck. But, like, at this point, is Craig Breslow the guy making the moves? No. Okay. So then, like, you just let Eddie Romero do it and listen to the owner? Like, is like, Sam Kennedy going to be making trades, guess? Who makes the trade? Like, how do you get something for Sonny Gray at the deadline? A starting pitcher who could start in the playoffs. It should be a big prospect. Is Aroldis Chapman a part of the future? No. So then you get a king's ransom. Like, do you want to keep Wilson Contreras, who has a team option next year? I'm very confident in Craig Breslow, who acquired the likes of Caleb Durbin and Johan Oviedo. I'm confident that he'll get the right value for Aroldis Chapman and Sonny Gray. But this is now Skaz, in life. We all take many different paths in life. Sure. Right? Sure. Sometimes we take a little of each other everywhere. What are you saying? That was Joe? Really corny. What I'm trying to say is they got to pick a lane. Their lane is sucking and trying to save money. Is their lane right now still trying to win games? No. Not when you're starting Tyler Samaniego. I would say no. So then, okay. Got it. So now you're going to go the other way, which means you're going to sell off pieces on the roster so you can have pieces for the future and start playing younger guys? What is that other path? I know you don't get paid to make those decisions. I know that. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at. If it's not winning games, what is the next path? Joe, I may have criticized some for talking IIHF last night. I take that back because if this is what the Red Sox conversation is going to be all summer, maybe we should invest in the IIHF. What was it again? Bit. The IIHF. Do we find out what it was? No, man? Not exactly, but we know Canada won, I think. Do you know somebody today in Nesson said that to me? Hey, Joe, do you know what the IIHF? And I go, nope. No, but maybe we'll learn if this is our Red Sox summer. Yeah, I'll say usually, Joe, we get to like late July, September before I really start to feel bad for Maz. It's May 29th, and I feel pretty bad for Tony Maz. I mean, we might as well let Luis on the air. Do you hear him? The janitor vacuum. Yeah, I mean, he's doing his job. He is doing his job. Whoa, we got to play at the Okay. So what I'm laughing at is we have a play at the plate, and I was really trying to get into it. I was trying to do my inner troop. Single to left field. Here comes Gasper around third. We have a play at the plate, and it's not even close. Sorry, troop. You can't make the last start at home. I learned that at Parkway Little League. You can't make the last start at home. It's not about winning games anymore. Why am I mad? It's not about winning games anymore, right? It's not about that. What a hose, by the way, from the guy in right, was that left field? What a hose. And what? It's just your catcher at second on a single. You're waving him home. Baby, they're trying everything to score runs, dude.
Oh, man, that lightning speed of Mickey Gasper.
And we blamed Hudson before? This other guy's, he's fiery. What's his name? What's it, Eppinger?
Oh, I don't even know.
Chad. His name, Chip
and Chad.
Oh, my God. The Red Sox have managers named Chip and Chad. No. No. Chip and Chad? You ain't winning games with Chip and Chad. I can't believe I just realized their names are Chip and Chad.
It's actually Chad and Chad.
Ah! Whatever.
It's Chad Epperson.
Oh, yeah.
And Chad Tracy. Just a couple of Chads. Yeah.
Chad. You got Chad at home and you got Chad at their base. Mickey Gasper gonna get thrown out the plate. Oh, that was awful.
He was hosed.
I gotta watch this again. Chip in third, Chad. Dude, he was out by 2 feet. No, I give the guy credit. Lefty, he threw a great throw. I honestly. Oh, here comes Brian Bayo now.
Oh, boy.
Chip. That's probably how they differentiate them, though, right? It's not Chip or Chad. Never
It's
mind.
Chad and Chad, Joe. Third base Chad and manager Chad.
Who's the first base coach?
Give me 1 second here.
Oh, Brian Bayo, single first bat.
Their interim first base coach is Pablo Cabrera.
Okay. So Chad, and Pablo.
Yep. Their bench coach is Jose David Flores.
Wait, who's the hitting coach?
John Soteropoulos. Johnny S.
We will talk to John Sarianides later today.
Another John S.
Maybe he'll know.
One that's actually good at his job.
That's right. Chad and Chip. It's Chad and Chad, but still, I really thought it was Chip. You can't win with guys like those names.
You can't win with two Chads. Never mind one.
Didn't Taylor Swift, Riley, have a line about the Chads and the Brads and the whatever? She did, right?
She did, apparently.
She doesn't like them, right? Can't win with Chads and the Brads, man. The Chads and the Chads. Do we need a Nickelback song to get it back going?
I mean, talk about a Chad.
Like there's got tonight is like what's the path of the Red Sox right now? Give me a song about what's a path song? I need something to do with paths or right. Choose your. Is it the Yellow Brick Road? Like what? Where are we at? Now I need songs about paths or my own way. Should I go Limp Bizkit, My Way or the Highway? Like where am I right now? Yeah, I got a lot of tweets. Someone thought it was the Onion when I posted that Jared Duran was Jacoby Ellsbury 22 season incoming. Someone said it's fine, everything's fine with the place on fire. Been a rough start to his career. I'm hoping at some point we just look back on these things and laugh. I believe Jaron Duran owes somebody an apology, somebody wrote. So much for being a short period of time and that'd be out of the lineup. Does the organization have any idea what they're doing when it comes to injured players? Some people are already calling Roman Anthony a bust. Someone says, just punt the season like Street Team Joe and his friend did at his house. Did you hear that, guys? So someone said just punt the season like Street Team Joe used to do with his friend.
There you go. Take out some windows, maybe some house siding, some vinyl. Dude. Did you see what I put in Slack, by the way? I don't know if I threw it in there yet. But maybe we go to break on this one.
My fingers hurt.
Is that Roman Anthony, Joe? Is that what we're saying?
Oh, well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. Anybody else's fingers hurt? I didn't think so.
My fingers hurt.
My fingers hurt.
Too bad you guys gave him that big, long contract. Like, think about it. If they didn't give him the contract, right? Let's just play hypothetical. I know I'm wicked late. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing about dude getting thrown out of Chad and Chip.
Chad and Chad.
It'll never be right. I don't even know what I was going to say. No, let's say he didn't sign the extension, okay? He's just Roman Anthony that hasn't played a full season in baseball yet. That's going to kill his future deal, right?
No.
No, you still think he'd get the money down the line?
Yeah, he's Roman Anthony, Joe. He's number one prospect. That's what they tell us.
So we would just sit him out. The Red Sox would just sit him out for the year and there'd be nothing.
Who knows at this point, Joe? Does anybody know what they're doing over there? Does Roman Anthony know what's going on? Does he know when he's coming back?
People are saying Stairway to Heaven. Hero by Chad and Josie Scott. We've already played that. I don't think there's a hero coming.
The hero coming for this team is game 162.
Yeah. Man. All right. Can I give a take on the other side? It's about basketball.
Please.
If it works, it's going to be a hot one. If it doesn't work, it's another swing and miss.
What a tease.
We'll have all that for you after the headlines here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. All right, Skaz, I've already warmed up this take today. I've already warmed it up, so just so you know, it's hot off the presses. This is I air fried this one. And now I've already offered it. Now I'm putting it back in the air fryer because I had a chance to talk to Rick Bucher about this one, and he went completely the other way with it. So, but my take is this, guys. I think winning an NBA championship is more about the path. It's more about the path to the championship than it is about how you play. And the reason why I'm saying that is when you look at some of these teams from the past, right? When Denver won, they never beat a team that won 50 games, right? In the playoffs. They beat an 8th seed, didn't they, in the final?
Yes, because the Celtics choked.
I'll get to the Celtics next. The Celtics beat the Heat, Cavs, Pacers, and Mavs. And they dominated them. The Thunder swept Memphis. They did beat Denver in 7, but they won. They gentlemen swept the Wolves, and then they beat the Pacers in the final without Halliburton. Easy path. Good team, easy path. How about the New York Knicks? Beat the Hawks, 76ers, Cavs. They won 11 consecutive games. And now, dude, they're getting another team off of Game 7. They got they got the Cavs and the 76ers off Game 7s. Now they're going to get either the Thunder or the Spurs off of Game 7. So, my take is I have the Knicks winning the championship this year. But I do think it's about the path. If you can somehow get an easy path with a good team, that is somewhat been the blueprint of why there hasn't been back-to-back champions.
I mean, give me a year where the best team didn't win.
Oklahoma City was the best team last year.
The Nuggets with Jokic were the best team. I don't care who they played in that finals.
Celtics were the best team.
Celtics were the best team in the league by a wide margin. I think the path helps, but in the NBA, the best team wins the championship. I think the Knicks will be at an advantage this year.
Okay, so
But I'm not going to say playing OKC or San Antonio in the finals is an easy path.
It's not, but off of 7 games.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if Wemby played 20 days in a row. It's not an easy path to me.
See, like Bucher's take was he doesn't know if the Knicks are for real because they haven't played anybody.
You talked to Rick Bucher on Nesson?
Yeah, today.
He kind of stinks, doesn't he?
He was fine. He was telling us a lot of international. Well, he gave some good stuff on the Celtics later. Anyways, we talked about baby races and stuff like that. You know?
Oh, there you go.
But no, he was fine. I liked him actually.
I feel like he's had some takes. I'll say that.
Well, we all do. Look at me. I'm trying right now. Okay. The best team in the league has easy paths. That's what it's set up for, right? If you're the best team, you have an easy path.
Joe, I think the problem is teams choke. I think the problem is, we've been so conditioned to repeat titles in the NBA, the Warriors, LeBron. I think the talent in the NBA is a lot better than it has been in the past, and it gets discredited at times because of the flopping and the three-pointers and, people not, enjoying maybe the style of basketball that's being played. But I think the league is more level than it's probably ever been for better or worse. I think that's a big part of it. I think, how long these teams go in the playoffs has a lot to do with it. And I think there are steps to winning an NBA championship. You look at the Celtics getting to the finals and losing. Look at the Knicks. They've lost in every single round. They've lost in the first round with this group. The second round, they've lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. You have to get back there. So I think it's kind of a good thing that the NBA is in this period of no repeat winners. I think as a casual fan, I think that's a good thing. If you're looking for notoriety and the branding of the league, okay, then maybe it is a little bit of the problem that nobody's separated themselves. But I think to say an easy path is just, it doesn't paint the whole picture of what's happening in these playoffs.
I'm not a path guy.
Well, we were just doing Red Sox path, Doc.
Well, they need a path. They need a path. I mean, right now they're in a field, dude. They need a path. I don't love path talk. I understand that the teams that are on your schedule, you play. Just like the Patriots. They had a schedule, right? They made it to the champion Super Bowl and they lost. How about this? If the New York Knicks win, were they the best team?
Yes.
Ooh. You
Yeah, I think
they're
so.
Better than San Antonio or the Thunder?
I think the way they played, they had the most dominant stretch, not in the NBA playoff history, in the history of the league. They had the most dominant 10-game stretch in the history of the league's existence. How am I going to say that's not a great team?
And they were the number 3 seed, though.
They were?
So, like...
Maybe that should tell the Celtics, hey, maybe get your guys healthy during the regular season and don't push so hard for the 1 or 2 seed. Maybe that's a tactic they take. Maybe Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown don't need to play 40 minutes against Charlotte on Tuesday nights as much as they want to.
I should look up the last 6 champions in their path. I think I did, 4? Who won before Denver? Like, did the Lakers have the best path?
The Warriors beat the Celtics in 22.
Oh, yeah, the Warriors were the better team.
The Bucks and Giannis beat the Suns in 21. Giannis was unbelievable that year, and he had a solid
he was
team
an
with
MVP,
Middleton and Lopez. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday was on that team.
Yeah, that was a good team.
Then the Raptors with Kawhi. That one you could maybe say the Warriors were a better team, but planet player, that's what happens in that league.
And beat at a high level.
And you look back at that Raptors team, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, guys that have had huge playoffs
Lowry
since then. Kyle Lowry, probably a Hall of Famer. So I think that Toronto team is probably better, in retrospect than we realized at the time with guys like OG and Pascal. I think OG Anunoby was on that team. Maybe not, though, but I feel like he was. And then you had Cleveland and Golden State go at it 4 years in a row. So I would say that was pretty good. And then before that, Spurs, Miami, Miami, OKC. I mean, yeah, those are all far and away the best teams in the league.
You're probably right, Skaz, that the best team wins. I just think that the path will always be criticized. Or the path will always be mentioned. And
I do think it's part of the story. I think it's absolutely part of the story.
I don't think what it might take is bad, but I think you need to be the best team and have an easy path. Because what you mentioned earlier, there have been disappointing teams, right? Were the Minnesota Timberwolves disappointing this year, you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
I would agree. The Celtics were definitely disappointments.
Definitely.
Was there another team that
Cleveland?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, like, as far as contenders, Boston, Minnesota were definitely disappointments.
I mean, you traded for James Harden. That didn't really work out.
It didn't work out. Orlando, I guess, traded for Desmond Bane, and I don't know. I the path. Jack and Chad, Joe's take is fading fast. We'll find out. If the New York Knicks win, it's because of the path. And it's the fact that they got every team off of Game 7, and I stand by it. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. In this hour of the Sports Show is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Hurry into the 99 restaurant this Friday through Sunday for their double bonus card special. For every $25 you purchase in gift cards, receive 2 $5 bonus cards. Offer valid in restaurant for this weekend only. You gotta love the nines.
Most tire dealers will sell Bridgestone tires, but Town Fair Tire sells Bridgestone tires for an unbeatable
not feel like last year was just a one-off year, and we're trying to prove ourselves to to ourselves, really, and then to this football league that we're a tough team to beat. We're gonna bring it every day, and I think that's what this identity and what we're building here is starting to become. And I think that takes a little bit of work, to not just have a year like we did, and just to it's hard not to have a natural fall off or have a natural get complacent. So it's going to be a tough challenge, but at the same time, I think we're up for it, and I like the guys and how we've been working towards that. So thank you guys.
We started Red Sox tonight. Just gave you a take on the NBA, the easy path. Drake May talking about making up from last season. Doesn't want the same result. The Patriots made a move today that I thought was interesting because it secures a player's roster this year. Or secures a player on the roster, excuse me. Michael Onwenu got an extension today. He had no guaranteed money heading into this season. They ripped up the money, gave him $10 million guaranteed, and this year, Onwenu will be on the team. Now, he will be a free agent coming down the line. For those who didn't know this, Michael Onwenu has been the longest tenured New England Patriot. A former 6th-round pick out of Michigan. He got an extension a while back. They paid him like he was a tackle, and he's gotten all his money. And had a pretty good season last year, I'll admit. When you put a veteran like Morgan Moses next to him, and I thought that Bradbury is very good as well. Now you're going to get a second-year player in there, in Wilson, and you'll have Morgan Moses at 35 years old with a Caleb Lomu maybe working into the mix. So at least locking up Michael Onwenu, we're not going to do those what could be the camp casualties this year. What are the teams that could have the issues this year? So when it comes to Michael Onwenu, it's a good move. It's a guy I think they hit on. And from that draft class, if you think about it, they locked up a lot of guys. But Onwenu was the right one. I don't know what his future is after this year, though. Right? Vera Tucker is now coming in. He's going to get some big money, and if he's healthy, he's going to get paid. Maybe they give him a long-term extension after that. The guy can play tackle, remember, but he's been a good guard. And with Will Campbell and Caleb Lomu now coming up, and they have other guys like Marcus Bryant that's been in here. They drafted a kid Crown over this year. Maybe they're fine at tackle, but Michael Onwenu's been a pretty solid player. Having Vera Tucker, though, and if you can get him healthy, you're going to have two really strong guards to support Wilson and Campbell. If you remember a year ago, there was the whole left side of the line were rookies. I like the move. They gave him his money this year. There's no long-term commitment to Michael Onwenu. But they have prioritized their offensive line this year. They got something for Bradbury, who they probably didn't want to have back in a second season. They moved Jared Wilson over to his natural position. You sign a veteran in Vera Tucker that when he's healthy, he's one of the better guards in the league. And you're going to get year 2 of Will Campbell. You're going to have a fullback in there. Last year, they struggled on the goal line. They couldn't run. So they have fullbacks. They have multiple tight ends this year. So as far as protecting Drake May, the Patriots have handled it from every angle. Again, Morgan Moses back, but they got a guy in waiting. You move over a guy that struggled a little bit at left guard, he goes to his natural position. You bring in a veteran that's done it in this league and, a guy that you drafted 4th overall. You have Ben Brown, who you extended last year, who's a backup, and you have plenty of other guys that can fill the role that are developing under Doug Marrone. They're protecting Drake May this year. And they not only have added the fullback and added the tight ends and now secured multiple offensive linemen, they went out and signed Romeo Doubs in free agency this year. They gave him the money. They believed in him. His production will replace Stephon Diggs. They're about to bring in A.J. Brown, we think. So when you want to look at year 3 of Drake May's development. They've protected him when it comes to the offensive line, spent money. They've added multiple tight ends and drafted one. They bring in one of the better fullbacks in the league and take him away from Buffalo. Your second-year running back should be better, and Ramondre Stevenson should see more touches as he's trying to rise up the Patriots' rushing yards for a team. Drake May has been protected this year. They've given him the line. They've given him the weapons. They've drafted guys that can help out. They have catered to Drake May. They've invested in the quarterback position. I'm expecting a huge year from Drake May. And I hope he uses it as, the schedule, the injury. He played worse in the biggest game of the year. I hope he uses all of that, all of it, as motivation this year to prove that being the runner-up to the MVP, and all he really needed was to be protected and added a few more weapons. The Patriots offense should be loaded. They should have a good running game. They should be able to get the ball downfield. They have multiple guys that can play the slot and catch balls over the middle. Hunter Henry should have an improved year. But if anything, those short yardage situations, those goal line situations that they were unsuccessful at a year ago, Drake May has so many options. And let's not forget, one of Drake May's best attributes, he can also run the football. I'm expecting a monster season. And the Patriots, you should credit them. They have paid their offensive linemen. They've drafted 2 of them. If you want to add Nwenu, that's 3 and giving them 2 contracts now. They brought in Bradbury to be a veteran, and now you're moving Wilson over, and you still got your veteran in Ben Brown behind him. They have gone out of their way to protect Drake May this year, and I think we should expect a much better season from a guy that finished second in the MVP from a year ago. I mean, they always thought that they could just get, we'll just put this guy there and figure it out. No, they have guys that were drafted and developed. They have guys now that were high draft picks playing there. Tackle's a premium position. They have 2 of them. 3 of them, for that matter. Make no mistake about it, the Patriots have a lot of decisions to make when it comes to this offseason. Christian Gonzalez, what his future is, we'll get into that coming up in a bit. But, they have definitely protected the quarterback this offseason. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Did want to get into the Christian Gonzalez stuff. And, the Patriots, the regular season is going to be a challenge, but so far the offseason, it's been a little bit of a challenge. We'll get into all that coming up next. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub.
that it was Tony Soprano yelling at his sister, Janice.
Of course. The great Janice Soprano.
That's right. Well, I didn't find her great.
I mean, she did some good things, Joe.
What?
Richie there? You didn't like that?
She called him. She called Tony and was like...
That was a good move?
Yep. And then, you know what was funny is I actually watched that scene recently, and Tony's mom comes down the stairs on one of those, those things that you go up and down a stair with.
The chair there.
She goes, oh my God, I thought I dreamt about people walking in and out of the house all night. It was crazy. No, there really were people walking in and out of the house all night because they were burying a body.
What about when she beats up the soccer mom there?
That was good. That was good.
See?
That was good.
Janice not all bad, Joe.
Janice, I think, started the fight between Bobby and Tony. Because Tony just got out of the hospital, right? And Bobby helped beat him up. It was also where Bobby said, I heard it just all goes black when you die. What happened at the end of The Sopranos? Spoiler alert. Have you seen it, Riley? Oh, my God.
She didn't know. But we're learning a lot about Riley. She wasn't exactly sure who Green Day was earlier.
This is our fault, though. We're old.
She likes Green Day, but she just didn't know some of their songs.
Right.
Is what her defense.
Turn her mic on for a second.
She's answering phones, but we'll get her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have a lot of phone calls. I should take some of these, huh? My other one was Skaz. What will be more difficult for the Patriots this year? I'm firing shots all day. Takes their off season or their regular football season. What was more difficult?
Well, for the actual Patriots, I would say the schedule. For Mike Vrabel, we'll see. He doesn't really have to play against that schedule. He's got to coach against it.
Well, they still have to get A.J. Brown. They still have to do. I mean,
if they give up a first-round pick for A.J. Brown, that's a failure. Failure. You're the only team interested and have been for how many months now?
So my only pushback is this. Jalen Waddle got traded. A little younger, a little less production, and it was a first and a third.
Was he actively quitting on the team he was playing for?
No.
Was he, pouting, and did he only have one team interested in him for months and drag the whole thing out?
No, but potential-wise, A.J. Brown's the real deal.
On paper, sure.
Yeah, and listen.
How about in reality?
Yeah, Randy Moss went for a fifth-round pick. Like, there are guys that...
If you give up a first-round pick for A.J. Brown, you stink at your job.
I will tell you this. If I was the Patriots, because the reports, I don't even know anymore. Like all these reports, you got Schefter saying one thing and Rappaport saying another thing, and then it's like Philadelphia. I just wonder if Philly's trying to get more. You know where I think they're at, honestly? How about just a conditional second-round pick, and if you make it to the Super Bowl, it's a first.
Sure, why not?
I would do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, okay. You could sell me on that one because they're not making the Super Bowl.
And it's not this year, not next year's. How about 2027? How about that? When you have Drake May under contract and everybody else under contract and you can't afford anybody else. Give them that first-round pick. You don't need a guy that year. Anyways. We have multiple calls on things that whatever. Let's talk to Justin and Lynn. Justin.
Hey, Joe, I have a Drake May take. I think this is going to be hopefully a good year for Drake May. I want to see what he does in year 3, Joe, and I think he's going to have a really good season. Did you see my video on NBC Sports Boston, Joe?
I have not yet, but I plan on getting to it though.
It's posted. If you want to go on the website, it's posted up there. They posted it today.
All right, I'm going to give myself a little bit of weekend watching this weekend. So NBC Sports Boston, and it's Justin and Lynn with Kayla Burton.
Kayla, yep. They posted it today.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much. Give us a little weekend stuff on there. Kayla called into Zone Beetle yesterday.
I would say unnecessarily, but I appreciated it, and I thought it was a good call.
I followed up with her after to be like, I'm on your team.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real debate about that.
And then I said, "Hey, tell Justin. Justin's the man." Good for her. Yeah, Justin's doing like a weekly podcast, or I can't remember. Is it a monthly or a weekly?
I see him out and about all the time.
But he's had Tom Karen now.
Yeah,
and Caleb Burton. Maybe he'll get Felger. He's already had Tony Mass. Well, here. Kevin is in New Hampshire. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it. So I want to talk a little about the Celtics. I think we all can agree that this has been a very successful era in Celtics basketball. I mean, they really revived their brand, and they've been very competitive every year, obviously. But go back to Jaylen Brown's comments. I think it was 2018-19. He thought he was going to win 5 titles by the age of 30.
Yep.
And my whole point with all of this is this era has not been a failure, but it's been an era of missed opportunity. And you look at where we're at now, and you ask yourself, why didn't they capitalize from 2018 to 2023? I think they could have had at least 2 championships. But we look back retrospectively and we say, well, what happened? You could say the Gordon Hayward injury and so forth, but it was egos. It was guys with agendas, to quote Gordon Hayward. And then it's like we're here in 2026 with the same cast of guys going over the same issues of who is the guy. You know, it's just, at some point, it's like, as an organization, like, you got to have some self-respect and just move on from these problems. You see these Spurs, you see Oklahoma City, they're not quibbling over who the guy is. It's just, I'm just ready to move on. Play the kids, blow this whole thing up. I'm done.
You're done.
Done.
So you don't want to keep the guys together. He didn't answer my question. He's done. Those New Hampshire people, you know? Sorry about that, Riley. Do you think we're old, Riley? You can put our mic on. Do you think we're old?
I don't think you're old. My parents are both 50, so you're both younger than my parents.
I'm 44.
And hey, 6 years. You got 6 years on them.
So, wow. So,
I would say once you're 50, you're getting up there. I would say your 40s, you're still cool. I know he called you Unc a few shows ago, but
wait. So you think 50 is old?
Somewhat.
Wow.
No shade to my parents, though.
Is 50 old? 617-779-0985. I'm going to say no.
No? What about 65?
Well, that's retirement.
Okay. So yeah.
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 See, I would say 50's getting up there, though.
You don't think it's like a new prime?
I don't know. I treat it as like the halfway point of life, which I know it's kind of not, because isn't 80's the life expectancy, right?
What is the life expectancy?
I'm pretty sure it's like 82 for women and 77 for men or something. It's something like that.
So I'm doomed. I'm already over halfway. Yeah.
I mean,
should I keep eating the beach pizza?
Of course. I'm gonna have another.
Am I going down?
Are you going down?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, all right. So you went over to Tripoli's at Salisbury?
Seabrook.
Oh, Seabrook. Okay. Yeah. And you ordered 3 pizzas. Was it hard for you to carry? Did you have help?
No, I got it all myself.
Wow.
All good. Yeah. I've done it before many times.
And you just went in, hi, how are you? And
I called it in, actually. Yeah.
Do you think they know that we're talking about it tonight?
I don't think so. We put it on the graphic, though. We could send it to them.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Skaz, have you had the pizza yet?
I have not yet, but I've heard rave reviews from everybody.
So, fun fact, I think the beach pizza sometimes is easier than the bar pizza. Like, for example, bar pizza is very, very good. Have you ever had bar pizza?
I'm assuming so.
Very thin crust. Very thin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I would say the beach pizza tastes better.
I 100% agree with you.
And it's squared like you were in school.
Yeah. I still think he needs to try. We got to get his opinion. Once we get Skaz's opinion.
We need to do a social video on eating it. I did heat my last ones up.
Did you like it better heated?
Yeah, I've already had 4 slices.
I've had 2.
So, I mean, no, but I'm like, I can eat more.
I mean, I've eaten 5 before in one sitting.
We lost Street Team Joe already?
He's hard at work.
Oh, what's he doing over there?
He's cutting a video.
He cut a video of me just eating pizza.
There may be more to come on that, Joe.
Oh, there is?
Well, we'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, you can call in at 617-779-0985. Pete is in Pembroke. Hello, Pete.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
What's up?
I got a couple thoughts for you now. So, you were just talking about the pizza. I am a huge Triple E's guy, but here's my question. I got a couple questions for you. So, my first part is, when you get your beach pizza, do you like Triple E's or Christie's better?
Well, that's the experiment that we're doing. So we have.
See, I'm a Christie's guy when I'm at the beach, but when I'm home, I get North Andover. I just go right there. I get it quick, easy. Methuen, quick and easy. But when I'm at the beach, I like the Christie's. How about you?
Well, I'll eat either. But to let you know, we're doing an experiment. So tonight it's Tripoli, and I like it because it's sweet sauce.
Yep.
But
understood. I agree.
But then one night we're going to do Christie's. And then after I've had both, I'm going to give you my true decision.
Okay. So here's my second part thought for you on that is I feel like, and I don't know how you feel about this, is you might have to do a little bit of a 2-parter per restaurant because I think having it as is with just their little sprinkle of cheese is much more different than getting that extra slice of Prove or American on it. So I think you might have to do a little bit of both. Did you get that dabble in tonight?
We got provolone. We got everything, dude.
Nice. Love it.
Oh, no. So listen, I don't go to Salisbury Beach like I used to. But really, it's whatever line isn't as long.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. I mean, and it's pretty comparable. And I mean, Salisbury, as you're saying, you don't go there as much as I used. We both haven't been there in years because it's kind of a dump now.
Know what else is a hot take?
What?
I don't think I want to eat pizza with a fold anymore. Like, I think I'm just into square pizza going forward.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. When I used to go up there, my aunt used to only get it, too. We'd go up right up to the window at Tripoli's. She'd go corner and ends only. No middle slices because she liked that little bit of crust.
All right, Pete.
I don't know how you feel, but the real reason I called was about cards.
Cards, okay.
You get anything good recently in this any of these Topps packs?
Yeah, I'm actually doing a meet and greet this Sunday at Duke's Collectibles in Shrewsbury across from Hooters on Route 9.
Oh, yeah?
I'll be out there, a little trade day. Yeah, I mean, I break a lot of cards. We're all chasing autographs, right? Now we can't get anything graded anymore, so what do you do now?
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I mean, I pulled so far. I got a golden out of 500, and I'm the R.J. Harvey king. I got like 3 R.J. Harvey cards. I feel like he's coming out every pack. I pulled 2 numbered cards. But
I'll be at the Big Marlboro event if you're going.
All right, yeah, I might poke up there. I was trying to get up to the mall last 2 weekends ago you were there, and it didn't end up working out.
Yeah,
so.
I'll be at the Northeast Card Show. This is at the 4 Kicks or something. I don't know.
Gotcha. All right, well, we might make it up there. If we do, I'll obviously come over and pop over. But if not, we'll be on the phone. Last question. I'm going to play golf in Quincy tomorrow. Any good lunch spots for me? We're playing Presidents.
I used to tell you, fat cat. I went to the 4s recently, and I loved it. Great appetizers.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we'll pop over there. We got a little bit of soccer at noon, so a little bit of gambling.
I also like Cagney's. It's not a dive bar, but it's a nice dive bar.
Nice. I just, me, I like a nice $3 Bud Light glass bottle.
Cagney's.
Simple.
Cagney's.
Yep. All right.
Buddy.
Appreciate it, Joe. Have a great night.
Yeah, bye. You didn't like my non-fold of a pizza take?
And for the rest of your life, Joe, that feels great.
Okay. For the rest of my we might have to get Joe on this one. Let's save it. Should I do it now, or do you want me to do it? Should we do it now?
Whatever you want, Joe. It's a Friday night. We got some card talk, I think, too, coming up in or out.
We do,
because,
okay.
There's some PSA news that it's interesting.
I know, yeah. Just kind of. All right, fine. Let's do it. Street Team Joe, do you prefer a square pizza or one that you fold for the rest of your life? You can only have one. Which one would you choose?
Fold.
I'm a Detroit-style square Sicilian for the rest of my life. Know why I don't like the fold anymore? Because it's greasy, and the grease dips out of the back of the crust, and I don't like that anymore. Because then I have to bite the back of the crust to stop the oil.
It's a good bite, though.
You know what I'm talking about. I didn't realize we were going to get into a this or that tonight. So if you could only have a square pizza or a fold the rest of your life, what would it be? Sure. 615 call says it all again. 617-779-0985. Fold or square the rest of your life. I don't mean to steal someone else's bit, by the way. Thought it was very important to answer that. Dave's in Amherst. Dave.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, I just want to disagree with you a bit on the Patriots and the wide receiver situation. I feel that they're tone deaf on wide receivers still. Kyle Williams had, 10 catches last year? They don't draft a single wide receiver. Who knows if the kid from Notre Dame can play? It's all dependent on A.J. Brown and maybe a number 2 or number 3 Dobbs. I still think they just don't get it.
Dave,
and I don't see how they've improved all the weapons.
Dave.
Yeah.
You don't think David?
Yes, sir.
You don't think that they have catered to Drake May?
Catered to what?
Drake May, the quarterback. You know, that guy?
Yeah. I do think they have, especially on the offensive line. I agree with you there.
Okay,
but
so let's stop there. So you agree with that. Then they went out and got Romeo Dobbs, who was the number 1 in Green Bay.
Is he really a number 1? I don't see it that way. He became a number 1.
Dude, are you really arguing about a guy who's became a number 1 right now?
I don't see him as a number 1.
So, okay, but
maybe number 2.
Okay, so if it's number 2 to A.J. Brown, is it? So you mean to tell me you think that A.J. Brown and Romeo Dobbs are worse than Stephon Diggs and Mac Hollins?
No, but I don't.
Buddha?
They don't have A.J. Brown yet. That's assuming a lot. That's gambling a lot.
I know, but that's a weak.
success.
I feel like it's a weak take from you because I think we know it's going to happen on June 1st.
Well, recent reports aren't so positive.
But do you believe everything you read?
No, but if they can get him,
you don't think that Romeo Dobbs and A.J. Brown would be an upgrade?
I can't count A.J. Brown on the team yet.
Let's take them out of it then. Do you think them adding a fullback, a real fullback, and adding 2 tight ends that can play and drafting a 3rd is good?
Who did they add besides the kid from Notre Dame? I don't.
They got a kid from a blocking tight end from.
The one from Miami, right?
Hill, and
and
he's pretty good. And they got a couple of guys coming back. And again, I know what you mean. Sometimes with these wide receivers, you can't always think that they're great, but they're going to put Jake Westover back there, and they got a kid that they really like named C.J. Dupree that can play. So I think really in the end it's going to be Hunter Henry, Hill, and Reardon, but Westover is going to be a part of the team. That's protecting Drake May. They struggled in short yardage situations, but having Reggie Gilliam, it's an upgrade to help them, and they take it away from the Bills too.
No doubt. But I will say one thing about Travion Henderson. I've never seen a running back with that kind of speed with less running back skill in my life. I mean, that guy literally runs into the back of a lineman. It doesn't seem to have any lateral movement at all. He's about 5 leagues away from Gibbs. They're not even in the same hemisphere.
Yeah, but one has a fullback, one doesn't.
Well, I hope that helps break them open. So we'll see. But I still think they need A.J. Brown to, big time. I just hope that happens, or else could be fail city in the wide receiver department. I'm still concerned.
All right, buddy. Well, when June 2nd, you call me back, all right?
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Dave. Take one more call. Matt's in Foxborough. Matt. Hey, Matt.
Joe, I don't know if you're aware of Mama Leone's in Somerville.
Somerville? Yeah, cash only. Trays. Yep. Square pizza.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's one
pizza.
of my favorites. They know me when I go in there.
Have we already talked about this? I apologize.
Not that I know of. I love Leone's. It's fantastic. Right off Broadway in Somerville and McGrath Highway. Cash only.
Absolutely.
They do have an ATM inside. But yes, I like the pepperoni. I get half a tray. And then I go down to Lindell's Bakery down the street as well, and I go there because it's fantastic.
Fantastic. What we're talking about right now is my childhood. It's my childhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm not even from that area, man.
And also, Joe, if I may, you and I have a connection. We spoke at Sarge's wedding.
Are you father? Are you father? You're Father Matt?
I'm the shorter one.
Okay. Yes. I know who you are. Why didn't you just say you were Father Matt?
No, well, I didn't know if there was a queue. You know what I mean? Like people waiting in line in front of me.
Hey, Skaz, let me just. This is Father Matt. He's the one that married Sarge.
Hello, Father. It's been a while.
Hello, Skaz.
Yep. So yeah, Father Matt says a lot of jokes. You grew up in Somerville, right? You went to St. Clement's, is that it?
Exactly. I'm a Somerville guy. I'm the opposite side of Winter Hill. Ball Square.
So did you know that I didn't know you were a priest until later on in the night when you said you were the guy that was the priest?
Yeah, which I find funny because I was wearing my collar the entire time.
Yeah. You know what happens when you get a few drinks in you, Father Matt? You kind of forget who you're talking to and where you're at.
No, and actually, what's funny is I saw you at you and I went to Bill Burr. Years ago,
yes.
And I saw you had better seats than me.
I got.
But I was like, hey,
I know a guy.
I was like, hey, big, hey, Big Joe, and you didn't turn on.
I'm gonna be with Sarge on Sunday.
Sarge is a prince of a guy. He's a prince of a guy.
We're gonna be at the Drake May softball game this Sunday.
I've known Sarge years before you even got into media. Yeah. I've known him for a million years.
Yeah, he texted me with you. You were with him like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that actually, to be honest with you, Joe, that kind of mystified me. You and McCarthy. You guys were talking about if priests could drink.
Yes, and we brought you.
I was mystified. I was mystified by the whole exchange.
Oh, I told you when in Sacred Heart Rosendale, the priest drank, no doubt about it. But it was the wine.
But it's like it's not just the wine.
No,
like,
I know not you.
We're free to consume alcohol. Yeah. No, but look, we're free. Priests are free to consume alcohol, which should have been proved to you because me and my other buddy, Father Chip Hines.
Yep, Chip.
We're hanging out with those of you.
Father Chip, that's right. I remember Father Chip, too.
Yeah, Father Chip Hines.
Yep. Chip and Chad. Chip and Matt.
As a matter of fact, I took it as a compliment that you told us we should do a podcast.
I remember I said that to you guys? I said Chip and Chad. Skaz, I told Father Chip and Father Chad. They had like a good little
Matt.
Father Matt. Sorry, Father Matt. I'm talking. You know what? The Red Sox have a Chad and a Chad, but I've been calling them Chip and Chad all night, so I've been screwing it up. But yes, Father Chip and Father Matt should do a podcast. But when I said that to them, they were like, "Oh boy, I don't know, man. You know, the Archdiocese. I don't know if they would. You know, that is kind of funny. But you guys really should do one."
Well, Chip and I get along very well, and Chip is a funny person. I think I'm kind of a funny person. But I don't know about that. I'd have to get some approvals.
Mm-hmm. Father, could you give us a prayer before break tonight, watching over us this weekend and praying for our Red Sox so they don't drive us crazy the rest of the summer?
Absolutely. Lord God, in your providence, you have given us the beauty of sport. May you allow our local teams to embrace the graces that you'd have us possess so that we may win more games than we are doing now.
Amen.
I make this prayer in God's holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Father Matt. We're here every night from 7 to 11.
Great to talk to you again.
Take care. God bless.
God bless.
Amen. I love Father Matt. No, Skaz, I had a blast. I was getting wasted with this guy. You ever been wasted with a priest before?
That sounds problematic, Joe. I'm not going to lie to you.
Give us this day ideally bread. Now I'm thinking about all my prayers.
Break them open.
All right. Yeah, the reason why I'm laughing is I'm laughing at how I hung out with that guy all night and didn't know he was a priest. Did it matter in the long run? I might have thrown a few dirty jokes at him now that I think about it. Because I'm old, Riley. Because I'm 44. And I'm getting up there. We're late. Let's go to break. I'm Joe Murray.
Sports Hub headlines.
You know what it is? I watch now. I watch to see who's doing what.
And I think you're delayed sometimes in the YouTube watching.
Yeah, but I was watching the both of them.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like,
Some good Marcelo Meyer talk back here.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm trying to get Riley up to speed, She can't hear.
Oh, it's because my mic's on.
Oh, yeah, you can't hear it.
Yeah.
Trying to get Riley up to speed. Did you know how to cut the video? Yeah. Yep. Okay.
I've never used DaVinci before. We use Premiere Pro at my school.
Premiere Pro is
it's like the same thing.
More expensive program.
Yeah.
Or more of a more options.
It's really confusing, actually.
I have it.
Oh yeah.
Pay for it every month. I don't know why.
It's expensive too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. My school pays for it. It's really nice.
I think it's $36 every month.
Oh.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Gerard Mayo's got a new job. I will say this. Gerard Mayo's still getting paid by the New England Patriots. So it's cool that he's getting paid by the Patriots and he has another job. I find that pretty cool. The name of the company that he is working at is called Fifth Down Capital. Does that have any, is that like retirement for athletes? Fifth Down? I'm happy for him. Smart. Actually, Gerard Mayo, from what I gather, is has got his hands in many of an investment group. Good for him. Now, I don't know how to report this one, guys. The Twitter account named Savage, who is a human. I forget his name, but he has reached out to me before. He is reporting that Robin Glazer is the chief operating officer of Fifth Down Capital. Could that be a joke, or is that real?
It was real. She was the work. She does not work there anymore.
The Hammer.
She is currently an advisory board member for the pro athlete community. And in her bio there, it states that she was most recently partner and COO of Fifth Down Capital, having previously worked as a strategic advisor for the firm. And it does mention her senior executive work with the Kraft Group for more than 18 years. So Robin Glazer did work for the partner and did work for the firm Fifth Down Capital, but she does not currently work for them. So I would say that Savage account is slightly misinformed there.
Have we heard from Mayo out since his firing? I saw him at the Tennessee game last year, like Tennessee football, the college. Have we heard from him?
Do we need to?
Guys, do I? No. Hey, is he in the Patriots Hall of Fame?
Gerard Mayo? No.
You don't think he'll be a Patriot Hall of Famer?
For having like a lot of tackles? No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Can you look that up? How many tackles in history is Gerard Mayo?
Gerard Mayo's second all time for the Patriots.
Wow.
Tackles.
Wow.
Now, that doesn't make you a Patriots Hall. Patrick Chung's third. Is he a Patriots Hall of Famer? Devin McCourty is one. I would say he's a Patriots, Hall of Famer.
Who else we got on that list?
1 through 10, Joe, I'll give them to you quickly. Devin McCourty, Gerard Mayo, Patrick Chung, Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel, Dante Hightower, Vince Wilfork, Jonathan Jones, Rodney Harrison, number 10, Kyle Duggar. So that feels like maybe we weren't tracking tackles in the early 2000s very well. I don't know.
Hightower is one.
Sure.
Oh, come on. You wouldn't put Hightower in
He's a Patriots Hall of Famer, yeah.
Yeah.
Gerard Mayo is not.
You sure?
He's a 2-time Pro Bowler and Rookie of the Year? No. What are we doing?
Who's got better credentials, him or Kevin Falk?
Kevin Falk.
I know it's two. One's a linebacker. I'm here. Am I making a case?
13 years, Kevin Falk.
Am I making a case for Gerard Mayo?
Kevin Falk on the Patriots All-2000 team, 50th anniversary team, All-Dynasty team, and is already a member of the Patriots Hall of Fame. College Football Hall of Famer as well.
Gerard Mayo is second in Patriots history in tackles, but won't make the Patriots Hall of Fame?
Yeah. I have no issue with that. You think he's a Patriots Hall of Famer?
I don't know. I in my brain,
no.
He didn't really make a lot of big plays.
He tackled a lot, which is good.
He was very good at tackling.
We've diminished these Hall of Fames far, far too much, Joe. And I like Gerard Mayo. He was a good player.
Dante Hightower or Gerard Mayo?
Not even close. Dante Hightower. Yeah, it's not even close. You won Super Bowls because of Dante Hightower.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm trying over here. I'm trying to find a way to get Gerard Mayo back here.
I think we're good.
Bill Parcells or Gerard Mayo?
Gerard Mayo in a landslide. He didn't quit on his team in the Super Bowl. Bet you his record's above 500. What a joke, Bill Parcells.
Did you see that podcast that was making a case for Bill Parcells?
I don't think it's a case, Joe. He's probably, I would say, other than maybe like, oh man, I don't know who do I want to upset tonight. I'll say this: Bill Parcells is the most overrated Boston sports figure of my lifetime by a significant margin. He actively quit on his team in the Super Bowl. He complained about not having control of the roster and then takes credit for all the talented guys that were on the roster. He went 500 as the head coach, and the team, was pretty good when he left.
John Farrell or Bill Parcells?
Give me Bobby Valentine.
You can't.
Or who
answer.
was the other guy that was here for a year? Rob, what was his name? Renicky? What was his name? Ron Renicky?
Ron Renicky was the
Whatever
worst.
Whatever happened to that guy?
That guy was the worst.
Him or Chad Tracy, Joe? Who you taking? The Chads or the Renicky?
I think the Chads and the Chips.
We've had two Chads and a Chip reference tonight. Thank you, Father.
And a Father Chip. I feel like we need a cleanse every once in a while, though, by prayer, don't you?
No, not particularly.
No. I thought that was funny. Gerard Mayo to the Patriots Hall of Fame. Anybody?
Bueller?
Anybody? Sour the Sports Hub. Nah, I already did that. Take a break. Oh, we got in or out. We'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly?
WBZ-FM and HD Boston 98.5. The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox trail 4-3 right now in Cleveland. It's top of the 8th inning right now. Brian Bayo's 6 innings out of the bullpen, no runs, 4 strikeouts, but unfortunately the guy before him, Tyler Samaniego, gave up 4 earned runs. And in the hockey, Canadians might be done. Down 3-0 right now to Carolina. Headlines, they are brought to you by our good friends over at DN Van Lines. Take the chance out of your move and make the sure bet with DN Van Lines, an approved mover at the Department of Defense, dnvanlines.com. I'm Joe Murray.
The Sports Hub. 3 legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is...
I ever been to. I think it's gone now.
Better than Pizza Hut, Domino's? Same class?
Domino's way better.
Oh, wow. Domino's is way better. It can't be.
Wait, Domino's not bad.
Domino's might be my favorite.
After the rebrand?
No, I love Papa Gino's. That's like my,
Yeah, I feel like Papa Gino's is 1-1.
Papa John's might have been better than Little Caesars.
Little Caesars is pretty bad. All right, yeah. So I'm not missing.
But you know my levels, right?
Yeah. I can.
You,
I sense
you
your
know
levels.
where Little Caesars is, right?
Yeah. I can sense.
Papa John's might be a tier above.
I'm in on Toy Story though. I've always enjoyed those
me
movies.
Too. Did you ever write your name on your shoe?
No. But you find stuff in your shoes.
Yes, I do.
Do you still? Has that still been going on?
The popcorn last time was what I found in my shoe.
Do you enjoy going to the theaters?
Yeah, I love it.
Me too.
Can't remember the last time I went though.
We should all go. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We could get the big popcorn bucket too. Some candy.
You know what, Joe? I eat my own popcorn.
Oh,
I'm not. It's not that I'm not a sharer. I'm a sharer. I just.
But do you still go a large?
What I do is, and I'm gonna lick the top like a frog.
Skaz, would you share popcorn with me? Or are you in this solo popcorn?
I'm a solo popcorn guy.
Well, Joe, what are you doing with this popcorn? I gotta ask.
We're just putting your little basic butter on it and maybe some M&Ms.
M&Ms? So you're crazy. I mean,
I've done that.
Yeah, popcorn. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll share a popcorn with you. I'm more of I like snow caps at the movie theater.
That's my mom's favorite.
I haven't had snow caps since a movie. I used to go to the Randolph movie theater.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's there anymore.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Mateo Drive.
We can get some good social media out there.
There used to be a Smoky Bones and an Olive Garden right there too.
Yeah, there's a Popeyes over there.
Rick's Cafe. Somebody said it's gone.
Not your average Joe's. Not a bad little area over there. I don't know what's there anymore.
That was up. That was a quick ride up 24, 93 to 24. Boom. Or you can go the back way by Lombardo's.
No, that's where we had one of our proms. Joe was Lombardo's. Car got hit in the parking lot.
Really?
During prom, yeah.
Do you know who it was?
They figured it out. I wasn't too worried about it.
Drive-by promming?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
We should see Jaws when it comes out 4th of July again.
Ooh, dude. I mean, there's one. I was going to say there's a place in is it Chatham or down the Cape? They have an outside theater that you can watch Jaws.
Remember when you were live recapping Jaws 4th of July? That was my favorite Joe episode, I think. Here he comes!
What else we got, Skaz?
All right, let's see here, gentlemen. We'll stick with the food theme here. Why not? Dr. Pepper introducing a new flavor, Dr. Pepper Coconut. Gentlemen, are we in or out on Dr. Pepper Coconut?
Out.
I have to be out, too. I'm not a coconut guy.
So I don't like coconut flakes.
Well, you don't drink soda anyways.
No, but I don't like coconut flakes. I like coconut sometimes in, like, curry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a good coconut
like
curry
coconut
chicken.
Curry chicken,
yes.
rice, something like that.
Roach Brothers makes a good one.
Yeah, they do. And I do use coconut milk every once in a while. But I don't like the flakes of a coconut.
The soda scene right now is crazy.
Yeah.
There's just...
what a statement.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Joe,
You're out of the game. You're out the game.
I mean, it's a 50-pound difference in my life.
Yeah.
I love soda. I'm a soda addict.
Really?
Real's great.
Dude, I
just picture being sick drinking it.
Joe, I would drink a gallon.
A day?
Probably.
No water then?
None.
Oh.
Think of it, it's just sugar.
Is there caffeine in that?
I don't know. But like, think of all the sugar.
Yeah.
And you're right. You would think ginger ale is like when you're sick, right?
Yeah. I thought your guilty drink would have been something. Like
No, but
Mountain
like
Dew or something.
No,
like
I like all that stuff too. Baja Blast, all that. I went from dark sodas like Coca-Cola to
like ginger beer.
Loved. Oh my god!
So a good Moscow Mule gets you
yeah,
going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Puts a little hair on you. Next.
Sure, gentlemen. We'll head to Chick-fil-A for this next one. July 14th is Cow Appreciation Day. You can dress like a cow and visit a participating Chick-fil-A restaurant on July 14th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. to score a free entree. One free entree per person dressed like a cow. Gentlemen, are we in or out on Cow Appreciation Day? And would you dress like a cow for a free Chick-fil-A entree?
No. Out.
It's funny that there's a farm near my house. The cows escaped today. They were in the middle of the road, and they had like 4 or 5 people trying to herd up the cows. I literally couldn't get out of my driveway. It was bad. It was like 15 cows in the middle of the road.
Again, I grew up in the city. Where would I ever have seen that? What do you do if a cow comes at you?
They're too big to move.
Well, I'm saying you can't run into it.
No, you can't. I literally my car was just there.
Have you ever tried to tip a cow?
I feel like that's pretty mean, huh? I think my mom has told me stories of her doing that when she was
really?
younger.
Well, that was definitely like a old person thing to do.
Yeah. It's like tip the cow. Yeah, but they would. I imagine they
people who
fall
lived
hard.
out in the boons. That's what they used to do.
Yeah,
tip the
I've done
cow.
it. Yeah.
You've tipped a cow, Skaz?
Yeah, I mean, we tried. Yeah, for sure.
And
I used to live near
did the cow get hurt?
No. We used to. Yeah, we're certainly past the trial date here, but yeah, we used to live by a farm where they had a bullpen for the bulls, like inside where the cows were. So we would try and run into the bullpen, get the bulls' attention, and then run out of the bullpen for a thrill. Back in the day, which is pretty dumb thinking about it now, but it was fun. It was a good time. You used to just taunt the bulls and then get out of there as quick as you can.
Did you ever see Tommy Boy when they try to tip some cows?
I haven't seen that movie. So.
Yeah, that's the best one. But no, he has like he's all muddy from trying to tip a cow, and he's just like,
I know it's
We used to burn crap on fire and ring ding dong ditch. You ever done that?
Like bags of poop.
Yeah, you light it on fire.
Yeah, and then just ding dong ditch it.
And then they have to
can't confirm or deny
they
if
have
I've
to put
done
it out
that
with their feet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can we put a pin in this?
Yeah, we'll revisit this later.
All
John
right.
Sarianides is patiently waiting.
I know we have John Sarianides, but Maul, you think Gerard Mayo's a Hall of Famer?
Listen, guys, are you out of your mind? He's first ballot New England Patriots Hall of Fame. And going to Dante Hightower, it may take you a weekend to think about it, but by Monday 10 a.m., he's in there.
Yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that, because that's ass clown.
I just want to make sure that you know what ass clown you're talking about. We did already say that. No, I know you're trying to be on a high horse right now, but
I'm not being on a high horse.
You listen to me. I'm in charge. We did say Dante Hightower is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and I would bet Mal that Gerard Mayo never steps foot into the Patriots Hall of Fame.
He said first ballot.
Yeah, I would say that's already happened, so you're wrong on that front. I would say Gerard Mayo chances to be a first ballot are past. He retired when, Joe?
Yes.
When did Gerard Mayo retire?
First ballot over.
Yeah, I would say his time as a first ballot option is long past Mal, if that's what you really wanted to go with there. I would say start with an argument that isn't already proven to be wrong. Would be a good way to call in.
I don't like guys who say you guys are clowns.
Well, no, I'm fine with that. I would just advise him, don't come in with an argument that is patently false. That's a tough argument to come in with. Try a different strategy, Maul.
Agreed.
What does he have? One Super Bowl?
Mayo was hurt, I think, for one of them.
And so he might not have any.
He went to 2 and lost.
Yeah, I don't think he has. I'll have to fact check that, but I don't think he has any.
He was drafted same class as Aqib Talib.
Or that 10-year stretch of awful defenses, he was right in the middle of it.
He was the captain.
Yeah.
No, Mayo was
he was good.
Mayo was a good tackler. He just wasn't much of a playmaker, but he was a great tackler. I actually think he should be in a Patriot Hall of Fame, but again, the Patriot Hall of Fame should be about the great grades, and I don't put him. You know, how I have a tier. He's an above average. He's above average to good.
If he, I have to double check. If he didn't win a Super Bowl, I don't know if he's getting.
Why don't we ask John Sarianides?
You know what? Let's do that. We'll talk to him next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Sarianides, New England Football Journal, joins us here on 98.5 The Sports. So, hello, John.
Joe, how are you, man?
We've had a lot of debates tonight. And
sounds like it. I caught the tail end of your last one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never cow tipped before. We didn't have that in Rosendale and Hyde Park.
No. We didn't have that. We grew up in the same neighborhood, basically. We weren't tipping anything, let alone cows. We weren't leaving tips, and we weren't tipping cows, that's for sure. We weren't giving people tips either. Although I will say the only tips that that I gave were to Boston police if they were looking for someone in the neighborhood, but that was about it.
Or the only tips I was like, bang a Yui at Beach Street and then head towards Forest Hills and then get on the Jamaica way.
Yeah, get the prime rib at Pleasant Cafe.
Yeah,
that was about the only tip I gave.
All right, John. Well, it looks like Bert Breer tonight has basically said that this A.J. Brown deal is. Now, I already thought it was all done, but he said expect the framework for an A.J. Brown trade already in place, and at this point, June 2nd feels more like a formality than anything else. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, look, it's been something that's obviously been in the works for a while. The Patriots certainly have not shied away from answering questions about A.J. Brown. Both Elliot Wolf and Mike Vrabel have sung his praises, and they have, Wolf talked about he is on another team, but, if you're lucky enough to have a player of that caliber, we all know what type of player he is and what he could do for your team. So it's been abundantly obvious from the beginning this offseason that they've had an interest in him. We know Vrabel's relationship with him going back from their time together at Tennessee. I think it's been kind of sort of a fait accompli, and I think now it's going to happen. The only interesting thing now is what's the compensation look like? Josina Anderson reported a couple of days ago that potentially that there could be some going back and forth as to whether or not the Patriots were going to be giving up a first-round pick or not. I've been on record as saying, Joe, I don't think they should give up a first-round pick for him, whether it's 2027 or 2028. But nonetheless, it looks like they're on the doorstep of a deal, and if they can get it done, there's no denying what he could do for this offense, at least over the course of the next 2 to 3 years. He would be a big addition, and he would fill a big need for them, a big X receiver who can play on the backside and win one-on-one.
John, think about what they have done for Drake May, right? They drafted another tackle in Lomu. Moses is back. They just gave Nwenu an extension to where he has basically guaranteed money for the year, so he's not going anywhere. They moved Jared Wilson to his comfortable position of center. They bring in Vera Tucker, and they're letting him heal, but when he's healthy, he's a premier guard. Will Campbell's back for the next year. They bring in Hill. They draft Reardon, right? They get a fullback. They're going to go with they add another running back. I mean, they got A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs as their free agent receivers. Like, I don't know. To me, I feel I have higher expectations for Drake May than I did a year ago.
Oh, yeah. No, without a doubt. I mean, he's really got to take this next step now because the supporting cast is in place. And again, provided they can protect him, and that's been an issue the first 2 years of his career, but provided Vera Tucker stays healthy, Wilson is more comfortable at center. Will Campbell bounces back from that knee injury and looks like the Will Campbell he did for most of the first 13 weeks of his career. There's no question that this football team should be better. You mentioned Reardon and Hill at tight end. You still have Henderson and Stevenson back. Jam Miller is a nice addition there, but you add a Romeo Doubs who can line up anywhere in a personnel grouping and a formation. And, of course, assuming they add A.J. Brown, this is a better football team. And we can sit here and talk about the schedule was soft last year and everything else. They got to a Super Bowl with a lesser skill group. You add these guys to the mix now, even with a tougher schedule, the expectations not only for Drake May, but for this football team should remain high and be even higher because if they stay healthy on paper, this should be one of the best offenses in the AFC, and in my opinion, really one of the best offenses in the league.
All right, John. I think what's been overshadowed by OTAs is the players that weren't there. Christian Gonzalez, of course, not there. But, I'm thinking about, how maybe they don't have a lot of depth. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they have depth at the corner position if – I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't think he should play for $4 million, and maybe he should wait things out to see what happens with Weatherspoon. But make no mistake about it, Christian Gonzalez should be a $30 million corner. I'm just wondering if he'll wait even longer, and could it bleed into the season? And do they have enough depth? Carlton Davis also the last year of his at least guaranteed money deal too.
Yeah, no, I don't think they do. I mean, I know they added Vildor as a veteran this offseason, and they've got a couple of young guys that they like. Of course, they drafted Karan Prunty, but I don't think they do. And the reality is, whether you have depth or not, that guy is a premier player at his position in the league. If he's not on the field, you're in trouble. Even if your depth is good enough behind him to help you at least be competitive in the secondary, you need Christian Gonzalez. You need to figure this out. Now, look, I don't know why he's not there. Let's not forget it is voluntary. They don't quote unquote need to be there. The real litmus test is going to be next month. If he doesn't show up to mandatory minicamp, then now that conversation has to change. But in my opinion, if let's say hypothetically he doesn't show up, no, I don't think you have enough behind him at all. And if nothing else, you're not replacing the caliber player. Even if you had quality depth behind him, and their depth is okay, it's still not going to be good enough to replace what he does and what he can bring to the table. So, again, I think it's too early to tell as to whether or not he's quote-unquote holding out or skipping out on these workouts to send a message. But if he does that next month with minicamp, then yeah, he is sending a message. And now the conversation pivots to, okay, can they get an extension done before this upcoming season? And my guess is if it ever got to that, I do believe they can. With the move they made today with Onwenu, they'll have roughly $42 million in cap space. They could potentially add another player or a couple of players and do something with Gonzalez. But make no mistake about it, when you're talking about an elite-level player like that, no matter how good your depth is, it's not good enough.
Talking with John Sarianides, New England Football Journal. New England Baseball Journal as well?
Boston Baseball Journal.
Oh, Boston Baseball.
Yes. New England Baseball Journal exists, and they do a fantastic job, but Boston Baseball Journal.
Thank you. Put me in my place.
No, thank you for mentioning it.
No, I'll never forget it now. Boston Baseball Journal.
Burn in your memory like a good steak and cheese.
That's right. While we're talking, the Red Sox lost 4-3 in horrible fashion. 4-3. They lose. Yeah. Not good.
And the beat goes on.
And it goes on and on and on and on. Mike Vrabel spoke. What are your thoughts on Mike Vrabel's, I don't want to use the word vibe, but his camp, his OTAs? What have you heard? Kyle Williams posted it was like, double sessions or something, but then he deleted it. And what did you think of Mike Vrabel's "I'm here today, but I know that anything can happen" quote?
Well, look, I think in light of everything that's happened, he's putting his best foot forward. I think he's putting on a great face. Obviously, this is a difficult situation. We all know what happened. We all know how hard this can be on him personally with his family and whatnot. I think he's trying to use football and these practices as a distraction of sorts, if you will, to separate himself from what happened and get back into a routine. But that's not easy. I thought that comment was interesting. Now, I don't think it implies that his future's in doubt. I think it's just him now looking at his situation and saying, I better appreciate what I have because nothing is guaranteed. But I think at the end of the day, I think he's doing the best he can to try to use football as a way of moving forward with his life. But it's not going to be that easy because it's hard to control the narrative in those situations. So I think at the end of the day, I think he is trying to use football as a vehicle to help him get back to who he was, that alpha, that leader. But it's going to take time, and it's not going to be easy. And as intense and as into it as he's been, and I saw it firsthand when I was at rookie minicamp, at the end of the day, it's not quite the real thing. That starts when training camp gets here. But the other thing is until this completely dies down and kind of becomes a background thing, there's still going to be lingering questions. And I think ultimately if you're Mike Vrabel, you can focus on the football team and coaching, but it's going to hover over you until it kind of sort of dissipates.
Okay. I wrote two other things down. King Philip High School has hired a new head coach. Do you want to share who the new head coach is, John?
Sure, yeah. Offensive coordinator Anthony Vazakis was named the new head coach this week at King Philip High School. I've been fortunate enough to coach with Anthony the last few years. He's a great guy, and I think it's a great hire. I think, for one, he's a guy with proven experience, played at Bishop Feion High School, played at Bridgewater State, captain in both programs. He's won Super Bowls as a player and as a coach. He's been a head coach before at Milford High School. I think it's a great hire because I think Anthony's a terrific coach, but I also think above all, he also knows the KP way, and he knows what it takes to win. He's been a part of the last 3 years. The program's gone 38-1, been to 3 Super Bowls, won 2 of them. He's been a big part of that. So he knows what it takes to win. He knows what it takes to win at King Philip. And I think it's a great hire because you're getting a good coach, but you're also getting continuity, which I think is vitally important, especially this late in the offseason. So great. It's an A-grade hire for me. And again, I know people are going to say, well, you know the guy, you coach him. Of course you're going to say that. No, I wouldn't say that if I didn't believe it. I believe it. I think he's a terrific hire. And I think he's going to do a terrific job there.
And he will be coaching one Brody Zolak, who crushed the Adidas Invite Camp at CM last month, and won the Nike one the next day at St. Sebastian's. And I believe will be making his way to Atlanta, where the top 100 will be as well.
Yeah, no, he's had a great offseason, and obviously, certainly, just talking to the folks in the program, the expectation is that that's going to carry over into the summer and into the fall. And if he can continue to do what he's done this offseason, he's certainly poised to have a big year in terms of his senior year. And look, King Philip is losing a lot. They graduate a lot. But so is most of the Hockomock League. The league isn't going to be as strong in 2026 as it's been in years past. Still going to be pretty good, though. But KP's going to have a tough schedule. But Brody's had a really, really strong offseason, and the hope is that he can carry it over into this season because he's going to be a big part of what the Warriors do. They have a lot of new faces, including him, and he's going to be counted on to produce.
Just wanted to throw that in there. I had a chance to talk to Zoe about that this week, and he's very excited. So he's happy.
There you go.
He's happy about the coaching move, and it sounds like you are too.
Yeah, it's a good hire, and right now I'm trying to figure out if I can balance life, New England Football Journal, work, and everything else, and that'll determine if I'm back coaching in the fall. To be decided.
Oh,
It hasn't
John.
been decided officially.
Oh, man.
Not that anybody gives a crap whether or not
I
I'm
do.
coaching or not. But
I do.
thought I'd throw that out there.
I would like you to know that if you don't think anyone gives a crap, I do.
Well, Joe, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
why we're brothers in arms.
And Skaz feels the same way, right, Skaz? We want John to be the coach.
We want John to have whatever John wants. What
Right.
John wants,
That's
we
it.
want.
That's it. Well, you know what? That's why we're a family on this show.
Skaz, would you like to ask John what our conversation was about Patriots Hall of Famers?
John, is Gerard Mayo a Patriots Hall of Famer?
Yes, he is, in my opinion.
Do you think he'll ever get in, though?
I think he should. I think ultimately, as you guys know, now with a lot of these dynasty guys coming up, we saw it with Edelman and Gronk, it's going to be hard. But I do think ultimately he gets in. He was a really good player. And I think a lot of people obviously judge players on championships, but when he was healthy, he was one of the 5 best linebackers in the league in his prime. I mean, especially when you think about inside linebackers, he was a terrific player. And I think, in my opinion, he should be in the Patriots Hall of Fame for sure. And he did win a Super Bowl. He was on that 2014 team that beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
I look at his resume, and maybe I'm a little too hard on him, but I just feel like these Hall of Fames have been devalued so much. He was only a Pro Bowler 2 times. Like, I mean, he has a ton of tackles, don't get me wrong, but and I know tackles matter, but it just, I just feel like there are so many guys that need to get into that Hall of Fame. I have a tough time putting Mayo ahead of a lot of those other guys.
Yeah, no, look, I don't think he's an NFL Hall of Famer, but I do think he's a Patriots Hall of Famer. And I do agree with you. There are going to be a lot of other guys that should get in ahead of him, that deserve to get in ahead of him. But I do think ultimately he should get in. And I do think he will in due time. And, of course, the process could change down the road. But I do think ultimately he gets in at some point. Look, Logan Mankins, he's been on the ballot a bunch. Adam Vinatieri, those guys aren't in. Obviously, they should get in before him. But I think at some point he should get in.
Who are the best inside linebackers in Patriots history?
I mean, conversation, in my opinion, starts with Steve Nelson. I mean, he's in the Patriots Hall of Fame, 14-year career, and I'm a little biased. I coached under Steve at Curry College. I was his linebackers coach, actually. But obviously, Nick Bonaconte, believe it or not, most football fans forget he played for the Patriots before he went on to Miami and have success.
I thought Ted Johnson was incredible.
Ted Johnson, I would put on that list when we're talking about inside linebackers. But again, I would put Mayo on that list.
Yeah. And you know what? I think I would too, like top 4 or 5. I thought Chris Slade was really good. Roman Pfeiffer had a couple of good years in there. Brandon Spikes, although he wasn't He had the elite talent. He just maybe didn't have the.
He didn't play to that level in the NFL.
Had it all though, right? Like you want to talk about.
How are we forgetting Dante Hightower?
Jeez. Well, we already put him in though. You're right. You're right.
He's another one that's going to get in.
You know what, John? This could be a good article for you guys, and I'm not going to write it, but you can't, have John Lyons or Stone.
You'll just suggest it.
Yeah. But hypothetically, I know a lot of people didn't really see Bonner County, but I did. Like I remember seeing the old videos. You know what I'm saying? Steve Nelson's number one, but Ted Johnson who is second? Who is Mayo's second all time in Patriots tackles? McCourty's number one. Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Junior.
No, and again, that's why I think when you think about it along those lines, Mayo at some point should get in the Patriots Hall of Fame.
All right, there. Hey, while I got you here, because you're doing Boston Baseball Journal now.
Yes.
What do you think about should I use the word disconnect? What do you think about Roman Anthony today being shut down for the weekend?
I think it's indicative of everything that's wrong with this franchise right now. It really is. They're a mess, and I think that's putting it mildly. And I know people are going to say, "Oh, wow, great analysis, John." But at the end of the day, when you've got the team president coming out and saying one thing 2 weeks ago, and then the player comes out and says, "No, there is a tear there," it just it illustrates where they're at right now. And somebody said this to me recently, and I agreed. In a lot of ways, this is an organization that needs a strong presence in that front office. Theo Epstein is a part of it now, but he needs to take on a greater role because you need a stronger presence in that front office that can guide it, a la Larry Lucchino. A lot of this stuff didn't happen when Larry Lucchino was alive and running the Red Sox. And I think you need somebody like that in the front office that has that presence, that cachet, that can get this ship in order, get this ship back on track and get this house in order, because right now they are all over the place as an organization, top to bottom, really. And it's sad because they've got some really good young talent coming. You're talking about guys like Franklin Arias and all the young arms they have. But if they don't get their you-know-what together, it's not going to matter. Right now they are a rudderless ship.
I just don't like the fact that he, reportedly had a tear, and then someone high up in management says, nope, not a tear. And then he says, yep, let me make it clear I have a tear. And then the next day he's shut down for the weekend. I almost feel like it's in Roman's best interest not to maybe listen to their training or their training staff and medical staff and kind of let his agent handle things going forward.
I couldn't agree with you more. And to be honest with you, given where this season is going, why would you even come back if you're him?
Mm-hmm. And listen, I'm not really a Tristan Cassis defender, but I almost wonder if maybe he is a victim of whatever's going on. I know he didn't stay. He had a freak injury, and maybe he did some things himself that nobody really liked, but the guy keeps getting hurt by swinging and just showing up. And it's the same thing with Roman Anthony.
Yeah, and look, the other thing is, from a PR standpoint, this is the face of your franchise. If you and him aren't on the same page, this kid's 21 years old. That already doesn't bode well for the future. So, like I said, they really need to get their house in order here, because this season is obviously a lost season. They're not turning this thing around. Chad Tracy seems like a nice guy. He's doing the best he can, but they're not turning this thing around. We need to be realistic about it as we go into June here. They're probably going to be sellers at the deadline. But if you're Roman Anthony, if you're his camp, I'm not rushing to get back here. And you need to be fully healthy, because this could have long-term ramifications. If he ends up being rushed back and he's not healthy, you mentioned Costas, that guy's never been healthy. And then makes you wonder, is it their training staff? Is it the way that they treat these guys? I think it's a valid question.
Well, I found out that the Red Sox tonight have the worst and most base runners thrown out at home this year. 10 base runners have been thrown out at the plate this year.
Yeah, it's a disaster. It's a disaster.
That's a lot,
to show
John.
you that last year was fool's gold.
Yeah, that's a lot of runners at home.
Yeah. I don't know. Chad Epperson is giving
Chip. I called him Chip earlier. I didn't mean to, but
Chad Epperson.
Chip,
Chad Epperson is giving who was the third base coach at Wendell Kim.
Wendell, wave him in, baby.
Wendell Kim.
You know what,
He's
though?
giving him a run for his money in terms of being rambunctious at third and waving guys in.
You know what, though? If I was the manager, I'd be like, dude, man, if it's close, just send them. We can't score.
Yeah, right. You don't have a choice.
You know, and poor Mickey Gasper, he's trying hard out there, you know? It's just he got through. I give the guy in the outfield credit, too, for an awesome throw, but it's like, dude, Brian Bayo needs a fluffer, dude, to start.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, Joe, because this, again, is indicative of what they are and where they're at. What are we doing here? Why does he need an opener? Does anybody really understand why they're doing this?
Did you see why
does he need an opener? What is he, a band? He needs an opening act?
He went 7 innings, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts the rest of the way, 63 pitches. But San Diego gives up 6 hits and 4 earned on 9 batters.
Right, and Bale looks like a hero when he didn't start the game.
And it's another game where they've lost by a run or two that he couldn't start.
Yeah, right. Because apparently he's a band that needs an opening act. Like, I don't understand it. They are in a really, really peculiar place. And I'm not sure they could even spend their way out of it next offseason, even if they wanted to, assuming we have Major League Baseball. But it's just that is indicative of where they're at right now in terms of some of the things that they do that, as a Red Sox fan, someone covering the team, it just frustrates the crap out of you because you're like, what are we doing here? What is the point of this? Is this analytically driven? Is it just driven by the fact that maybe Bayo is not mentally strong enough to start games? I don't know. I don't know what's behind this, but it makes zero sense to me.
It's fascinating to talk about, though.
Oh, listen, when the Red Sox, the great thing about the Red Sox is when they're good, they're great to talk about. When they're bad, they're great to talk about.
Yeah.
Because they really, truly move the needle in this market, and they are fascinating. And guess what? We're stuck with them until the end of July when the Patriots really get going. Until then, that's all we're going to have to talk about.
July 27th is when camp starts, right?
Yeah, you'll have a little bit of a taste of it for mini camp here in a couple weeks, but it's all Sox all the time until then, man, and it's not pretty. And the sad thing is the American League is wide open this year.
Mm-hmm. I'll be at the Drake May thing on Sunday.
Kevin Stone will be there for that.
Oh, you'll be there. All right, I'm credentialed, so I'll be on the field.
There you go. Kevin Stone will be there. I had an invite, but I think I'm going to be covering one of the tournament baseball games. So we're with the tournament here now, the MIA tournament. We got to be at as many of those games as we can. So that's where I'll be.
Maybe I can give New England Football Journal a food review or something.
I love it. Let's do it.
Sources on the ground from an expert.
Yeah, well, and you are an expert when it comes to food reviews.
That's right. We got, you know what we got tonight, speaking of that? Riley is our new intern. She lives out in, let's just call it the sea coast of New Hampshire, which is near Salisbury. But she brought in Triple E's Pizza tonight. Do you ever have beach pizza?
I've heard of it. I've never had it.
Okay. It's a simple square pizza. Not a Sicilian, not Ilios. It's just a solid beach pizza with provolone cheese.
That's it.
It's just
no tomato sauce.
No, there's tomato. It's a little sweet sauce.
Little sweet. Now is it like Detroit style pizza?
It's not Detroit style. It's like school style, like going to the school
style,
like a square.
So an old school Tuesday pizza with salad, like we had back in the day. That's what it's like.
It's a beach pizza, so there's competition. There's Triple E versus Christie's.
I knew about that rivalry between the two of them.
So tonight,
I think the North Shore should just stick to roast beef. I really do.
Well, beach pizza is not. It's different. It's not a bar pie. It's different.
Well, the South Shore has bar pies covered. That's our thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is more of a beach thing.
So this is just a lazy man's pizza. If you're going to the beach, you go pick one up. You bring it with you. You hope the seagulls don't eat it. You pound it. And you play in the sand and get in the water.
Pretty much, yep. And we did Triple E's tonight, and then one day we're going to do Christie's, and then we're going to have a big contest.
So it's going to be like Pat's and Geno's in Philadelphia with the steak and cheese.
Yeah.
You're going to compare the two.
Or like Mike's and Modern locally.
Which, by the way, Pat's and Geno's suck. If we're being perfectly honest, the best steak and cheese in Philadelphia is Angelo's, and it's not even close.
Street Team Joe, who works with us, is a big connoisseur of steak and cheese. He loves the Market Basket steak and cheese.
Is it now? Here's the thing. I've heard it's fantastic. I've never had it. Is it worth dealing with the traffic and the clutter at Market Basket just to go get that?
Well, I don't know if you really live conveniently to a Market Basket, so I don't think it's worth your time.
I do. I'm about 20 minutes from
you
one.
are? Yes, then yes.
Okay.
I get the a la carte. I go like chicken fingers. It's not like Lambert's a la carte where you can like make your own dish.
Lambert's a la carte is next level.
Oh, God. I can't. Go say hi to Nino.
That's the a la carte of a la carte.
Say hi to Nino next. He's a Hyde Park guy, the owner of Lambert's.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah, he knows me. Last I brought Street Team Joe with me. We went to an event at a dispensary of all places. And we went to Lambert's after, and Nino came in and just started giving us chicken and telling us about the way it was baked and just started handing us stuff from the buffet. And Street Team Joe was like, man, I feel like a star with you, Joe. But yes, they just literally had us trying everything. And I left with calzones, and it was awesome.
Well, you know what? It's interesting because today at work I was craving Italian bread. So I went back to my roots. I went to Guarino's Bakery in Norwood. And I bought 2 loaves of Italian bread. I spent $50 on pastries, Joe. I'm very, very proud of myself. We have dessert to last us the weekend.
My buddy just opened Gemma. It's in Norwood. I don't know if you've been there yet, but
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it.
Hyde Park guy named Joe. Tell him I sent you.
I will visit and I will let him know that. And I will welcome him to Norwood.
Yes, tell him you're a Rozzy guy. And then, who knows? Maybe they have a Rozzy Hyde Park discount. I don't know. Maybe.
If they don't, then they should have a Joe Murray discount. I'll tell them I know Joe Murray, and I hope he gives me 10% off.
I'm going to start maybe working on that,
Yeah, have like a Joe Murray discount.
Yeah.
If you know Joe Murray, you get 10% off.
Scan the code and boom. All right, John. Well, football will be coming. Baseball is happening. I'll see Stoney this weekend, and we will.
And my hockey season officially ends tonight with my beloved Montreal Canadiens getting squashed.
I was going to leave that out. Can you believe they got squashed in a gentleman's sweep?
I'm embarrassed. I love the Habs so much, and I'm embarrassed. I thought that they could win this series. I thought at the very least they can get there. Nope. Let me down again.
Hey, did Vegas have a better run than the Bruins?
In comparison to what, 2011?
Their 10 years versus the Bruins' 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, they're in their second cup in 3 years.
Yeah.
I would say.
And the Bruins went to how many in 3 years?
They went to 3. They beat Vancouver, lost to Chicago, and lost to St. Louis.
So who had a better run?
I mean, the Bruins went to more cup finals. So I guess you could say the Bruins, but I don't know, man. I think Vegas. I'm picking Vegas against Carolina. I think they can beat Carolina. Vegas has had a pretty impressive run here since they came into the league. I mean, it's an all-time run.
You know what else is great? They have to give Torts an extension, right?
Yeah. But as you know with Torts, though, like any good New Englander, he wears out his welcome. You've got about 3 years with him before it's time to move on.
Well, there's a Sarah in our chat that said Garino's chocolate cream pie is amazing.
Fantastic. I got the eclairs and the whoopie pie, but next time I'm going to get the cream pie. It's fantastic.
All right, John. I think we touched on everything tonight. I think we did it all.
We did.
All right, John. Love catching up with you. We'll hit you up before camp. You got it.
Later.
Later, Betty. John Sarianides. He's the man. We did it all tonight. We even talked about Zoe's kid. Dude, Brody's huge right now. Dude, I think he's going to be a top like 200 prospect. Brody. And I think he's going to go to BC, dude. Bill O'Brien could use a guy like him.
Could use quite a few guys.
They need a couple of quarterbacks.
I've heard that, yeah.
Hey, I heard the red bandana game this year. September 11th.
It's going to be a big one. 25 years.
You want to know about things in New England that I love? The red bandana game. The uniforms they wear. That is Skaz. You want to talk about like good traditions? Like, obviously circumstances aren't, the best of why it happened 25 years ago, all that. The red bandana game, in. All right. Well, if we had an update, it would have been brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'd save 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. The Red Sox lost 4-3, and the Canadians are losing 5-0. It's pretty much all we need to know, right? And, of course, this hour of the Sports Hub has also been brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Just visit NewEnglandOilChange.com, and you can save 15% off your next drive-through oil change. Well, we're going to have to take a long break here. And we got the musings coming up after this. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Zone. You can design your dream outdoor space with tech.
station. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox lose 4-3 tonight in Cleveland. They had a comeback, but then they didn't have a comeback, and then they lost. Brian Bayo had the buffer. Tyler Samniego. He gave up 6 hits, 4 earned runs against 9 batters in the first inning. And then Brian Bayo went 7 scoreless innings with 4 hits and 5 strikeouts on 63 pitches. So they had a chance, but there was somebody thrown out at the plate. A lot of other things happened, but they lost. And they'll play again tomorrow night. Or tomorrow. 4:10 is the first pitch. And who would be pitching? Well, that's a good question. Sonny Gray. Maybe it will be like one of our sunny days. And Montreal is losing right now 5-0 to Carolina. If Carolina advances, they will take on Vegas in the Stanley Cup final. Headlines, they are brought to you by Boston Prolotherapy. Don't let joint pain keep you off the course or trail. Eliminate that pain with Dr. Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. I'm Joe Murray.
Boston Talk Sports.
Drake May. We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports.
Our intern from Elon University. Our second intern from Elon. Have you ever talked to Katie?
I have. I have her phone number. We've connected, but I've never met her before, like in real life.
Just remember this. It's not you. It's Zoe's mic. So you're just gonna have. Yeah. There
Okay.
you go. A little turn.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. I got it.
It's not you. Trust me. Did you know that Joe Ariano, Street Team Joe, dates a girl who is Katie's best friend and met through the show?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was sort of like Love is Blind.
Oh.
No, what's that show? That's not the right show.
Oh, Scaz and I we stopped. No, it was like a blind date.
No, we just all went out for the street teamers. All went out, and she joined us, and
you were
we
like,
just
"Hey,
hit
I'm
it
Joe."
off. Yeah, we hit it off.
So
but we didn't start dating right away. We hung out a bunch before, in between then.
Joe, you'll be happy to know that Riley has been giving Street Team Joe dating advice.
Yeah,
back
she
here during
has
the
been.
show tonight. And just so our listening audience knows, Riley is 19, and Street Team Joe is how old, Joe?
29.
Yeah. And Riley is.
Riley she was interpreting the text for me, Joe, because I didn't understand.
I was helping him out. He didn't know enough about Don Tolliver, you know? I had to help him out.
Gonna rock your body.
See, he knows.
Haley was texting me Don Tolliver lyrics, and I didn't understand what that was.
Can I be fair? That guy sucks.
He's not the best, but I wouldn't say he sucks.
All right, Riley. Who do you have like a? Oh, now I sound like an old guy. But what's your playlist? What do you have?
Strictly country. And I'm gonna get hated on for it. Want to know who my favorite singer is?
Who?
Morgan Wallen.
Oh, that guy sucks
Yep.
too.
I knew I was gonna get hated
Last
on.
night we let the liquor talk. What's better, my country swag?
I vote the Blink. I like the Blink.
Or you like my "Where Are You?" and "I'm so sorry."
I think that one's a little more spot on.
Do you remember pop punk emo? Pop punk.
Pop punk.
This is gonna. Riley asked Skaz in the back if
no.
Skaz had heard of a cannoli before.
Okay, wait. I was just making sure. I was just making
Skaz's
sure.
last name is Scaramazino.
Okay. Okay.
She goes,
In my
"Have you ever,
defense,
had a cannoli before? I almost
Some
threw her
people-
out of the studio.
some people just don't try things like myself. So I was just making sure. You know, I was being inclusive, making sure he had it before I started talking about
Elon is where again?
it. North Carolina, dead center.
So you went from New Hampshire to North Carolina.
Yes.
Wow, what a culture shock for you.
Honestly, yeah. Just a little bit.
So wait, you don't? Okay, have you ever heard of like Blink 182?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, they're an emo pop punk band, I would say.
Okay.
They went a little more mainstream, but you ever heard of like Brand New
No.
or like Newfound Glory?
No.
Green Day.
Of course.
Okay.
We were talking about Riley. What were we? Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Boulevard of Broken, because you said you needed a song about the Red
Walk
Sox.
these empty streets on the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I can do the
now.
The song I went with was Fleetwood Mac's "You Can Go Your Own Way"
I love Fleetwood Mac.
because we were trying to find a trail. The Boulevard of Broken Dreams would definitely be the season.
Good shout by me.
Yeah, take your hand every once in a while and go like that.
Yeah, little pat on the back.
So you're 19 years old. What does a 19-year-old do?
I go to the beach a lot.
What beach?
I usually go to Hampton or Northampton. My grandparents have a beach house in Northampton, so.
You've been to Hampton Beach?
Yeah, we were talking about the arcades. Riley was saying they're tearing them down?
Big casino. They're putting in a big casino.
Hampton Beach reminds me of Godsmack. I don't know why.
I feel like I'm in GTA when I go to Hampton Beach.
It is. I can hear that.
You're like in a video game and you just see all these people.
Riley, do you have a tattoo?
I actually, okay, you're going to laugh. I do. Do you want me to show you?
I don't know.
It's on my wrist.
Okay.
So I have a heart freckle tattoo.
That's it.
Right here. That's it. And I have the biggest fear of needles you will ever. I don't have my ears pierced. I can't do shots. This took 2 minutes. I almost passed out.
Joe, will you show us your tattoo?
I will. Joe, Street Team Joe, do you have any tattoos?
I got this one on my arm. It just says me. There's a story behind that. Then I got a Drake tattoo on my back.
Yeah.
Of the OVO.
None of y'all got this, though.
The barbed wire.
The barbed wire.
Tell me you're cool without telling me you're cool.
It was it was 1998.
Very late 90s.
I was 1998. It was in Montreal, Canada.
That tattoo is 8 years older than Riley.
Wow. That's a way to put it.
It's horrible. It is a terrible tattoo, but
I like it. It's good.
Pam Anderson was in a big movie at the time called Barbed Wire, and tribal was very big at that time. And
It
again,
should be like Street Team Joe getting like a house-made tattoo for Sydney Sweeney.
By the way, she had a great. I haven't watched the new season of Euphoria, but
you're a big fan.
Did you watch the last episode?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I'm a big Sydney Sweeney fan.
Okay. I mean, who isn't? It's Sydney Sweeney.
Well, I don't know if these guys are, by the way. But I guess her last episode was there was a lot of acting and a lot of talent.
Oh, you're talking about episode 6.
Oh, yeah. I guess it was a sex scene.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Well, she's been posing, right? And she's dressed as a dog.
Yeah.
And then she was going to marry the guy, but then he didn't have money. And
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole
But I
thing.
haven't really watched. I watched like once. I haven't watched the new season yet. Anyways, what a great tattoo this is. I only pull it out when I need to. And that's how you know I'm in my 40s.
But you're not ugly.
But I'm not old or ugly, for that matter.
We were discussing, Joe, what age do you turn unk status?
I think it's 50, bro.
See, that's what I said too.
Scaz and I said 35. 50.
Bird's an uncle. He's 44. All right, maybe it's 40. Maybe 40's unk status.
So you're calling yourself unk?
Well, I don't have kids, and I am an unk. No, like I am unk.
The street team calls me unk.
So what else can we ask Riley?
Oh, ask her what year she was born. This shocked me.
What year were you born?
2006.
So I've been in radio literally your existence of life.
What? Do you know what month you started radio?
Yeah, August of 2006.
July 20th is my birthday. So you started a month after.
But think about it. If I tell you anything about the business, I have literally your whole lifetime of experience.
Yep.
I'm not a know-it-all.
But you know a lot.
You've done it all.
But I've done it all.
There you go.
How many times you heard that one?
That's like your.
I gotta make that.
You should get that tattooed on.
I gotta make that a shirt.
Yeah. You've told me that at least 100 times.
Okay.
I like that saying.
So, where should we go first? You know our parking lot outside? Have you been out there?
Like the parking garage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night we're leaving the show. couldn't get into my car. Do you know why?
Nope.
Street Team Joe parked too tight to my car. You haven't seen this yet? I posted it.
No, I didn't.
If you go on TikTok, at Joey Murr on TikTok.
Okay.
There's a photo if you need it.
Do you want me to go look?
I'll show it to you if you don't have it. But I think Joe violated my lines.
Well, Joe, you're going to feel like a real jerk when I give my explanation. You know why?
Look at this. Look at this. What do you think? I'm the white guy.
Yeah.
I can't get in the door.
It's a bit too close.
It's too close. And, and by the way, look, I don't know if I can play this because this might be swears. But look at all the other empty. Look, he parks right next to me.
That's what I was going to say.
Right next to me.
Why not park in the open spots? What are we doing?
Look at all those open spots. Jerk. What do you have to say about that?
You're going to feel really guilty when I tell you my explanation.
Go ahead.
I was pulling up in that spot, because, sometimes before the show starts, you and I talk from car to car, and we're discussing food or what snacks we're eating or what's going on in the show. So I was pulling up for friendship because I thought you were in your car, and I was going to say hi and talk to you. I wanted just some conversation before the show.
But I wasn't in there.
But you weren't in there.
So then you were like, oh, shucks.
Yeah, so then
Let's just box Joe.
Yeah, let's...
So
there's two problems with this theory, though. There's two problems with this defense, Joe, if I may. When you pull into the garage, you would have seen if Joe Murray was in his vehicle or not.
No, I don't pay. You're giving me too much credit. I don't pay that much attention. I just saw the car.
How many times can you see me napping in the car?
That's true. I mean, you are napping, so sometimes your head's tilted back, and I can't see you.
I'm a napper. Like I'm a dipper. I'm a sniffer, and I'm a napper. No. If I had 7 minutes to take a nap, I'm getting 7 minutes.
So in my defense, if we were in court, I could have say I thought you could have been napping.
I just thought it was jerkish. That's all.
There was a lot of cars there before, though. I think the TikTok misrepresents how many available spots there are.
Joe, I've worked in this building for a while now, as have you. When we pull in at, call it 6 o'clock nowadays, usually an hour before the show-ish in that ballpark. Now, who are we to say who's here earlier in the day? But there's I would say, great tendency for that parking lot to be borderline barren by the time we get in here. I would say most of the time when I walk into the Jock Lounge, the lights in the sales pit aren't even on, which means no one has been back there for quite some time. So I'm just going to say that saying that parking lot was filled with cars at 5 o'clock, I've been in this building quite a few times. I've met our sales staff, love them dearly, but I don't think that parking lot was full at 6 o'clock the other night.
But those premium pull-through spots were pretty full. That's what I was going for. It's like, so when the show ends, I can, get right in my car and pull out.
As opposed to
Joe being stuck. And I was in my zone, to be fair. I don't think the courts are bringing me down.
Joe, you think our sales team was here? You think that parking lot was full the other night?
True story. I left Nesson today. There wasn't a peep in the building when I left today. And so when I
did they go out early on Fridays?
I don't know. I just think it's been tough over there the last couple of days. It's been a tough week for the old Red Sox. But there, it's me.
Look at Matt. He's tall, huh?
Matt's 6'6".
Oh wow.
Those chairs, man, I sink right into them. I could nap in that thing, too, for those not watching. Guys, did you hear about Terry Rozier?
Yes, I did.
So, basically, Terry Rozier was bribed $100,000, but dropped $70,000 because his 4 rebounds caused some wagers to lose. So, he was given $70,000 to blow a game, and then he left with an injury, so therefore people could make out on his bets. If you're going to pay me off, you need more than 100 G's, right?
Yeah, because if you get caught, that's not worth it.
Yeah, but he also makes like $20 million a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What is $100,000 when you make $25 million? You know what? He's an idiot. Stupid.
Is your sniffer out on that Game 7 versus the Cavs he had? Yeah. Skaz, what did he go for? Wasn't he like
He
2
went
for 18?
0 for 12.
0 for 12 from 3?
I already, that was the
I think
day.
it was 0 for 10, but yes.
The day that it happened, that was my take.
Oh, you had it out already?
And not for nothing. Remember, I was on the Chauncey Billups one too, Skaz?
Wait, before they even came out?
True story. Again, I have many people who could validate it because Mike Felger actually the next night heard me saying, because the spread was 9. The Celtics were up 7 points with 13 seconds left, and they fouled for no reason. They could have just ran out the clock, but they fouled. 2 free throws, went over 9 points. And I was like, that's smelly. That's kind of where the smelly originated from. Come to find out, Chauncey Billups involved in the same thing. Oh, yeah, dude, trust me, when it doesn't look right, I know it. The antenna.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just like the Roman Anthony thing last night. It started to just...
Terry before it happened.
But this is 20 years of the business. Something doesn't look right, or there's a report that's funny, and it's like, what's all that about? Like when Mike Vrabel went, hey, anything can happen, felt like that was him covering his ass about what else is next.
Can I give you one that's a little off the radar right now, but just it's with the Seahawks sale and stuff. You see Wick was part of the group that's trying to buy the Seahawks.
He's going to be the 12th man?
Well, my question goes back to not Wick, but Pags.
Oh, yeah.
Why does no one want his money?
How did he not get the Mystics? Or the Connecticut Sun, sorry.
He's the highest bidder again, and nobody wants your money. I mean, I'm not a business expert, but I think the WNBA is in the business of taking the highest offer, would have to be my guess. I think I'm getting the sniffer out, Joe, if I may, that leagues are continually refusing Pags money, even though he is, quote unquote, the highest bidder. I wonder about that Celtics offer he had.
Well, Pags money was supposed to be real. Like,
it's supposed to be, yes.
Meaning
That's what we
not
were
credit
told.
or anything like that.
Yes.
But the Bill Chisholm deal, I think, was the highest bid. But
well, that's not what Pags told us, though, right?
That's, yes. He also said taxes be damned.
He did say that once he didn't own the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy to say that then.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that keeps happening. Another small thing, too, Joe, we're going to have a World Cup guest next week. Joining us from Channel 25, I believe, Boston 25. But the manager for the U.S. national team, Mauricio Pochettino, Poch, as they call him, is taking interviews with AC Milan and other clubs. Now, I have kind of mixed feelings on this. Now, I'm not going to say you're not a soccer guy, because I think you are, Joe. You try to invest in the sport, even when the Revs don't really invest back, even though they've been better this season. How do you feel about the manager of a national team before the biggest tournament in the sport being hosted in your home country, taking interviews with other clubs?
Smelly.
I would say it's a little smelly. The only thing that Poch kind of has going for him is that his contract is up after this summer. It was he was seen as a mercenary when he was brought in to kind of just get them out of the group stage. But if they don't get out of the group stage, I think this becomes a much, much bigger story.
So you mean to tell me that the head coach of the
manager
of the United States national team,
yep,
is visiting for jobs while he has an important job ahead?
I would say the World Cup is 3 weeks from yesterday, I think it starts. So, yeah, I would say it's right on the precipice. I'll give you one more, too, World Cup related, while we're on it for musings. I told Street Team Joe this earlier, but we're card collectors here. We try. I don't really dabble in it as much as you two, but I try. I was like, all right, the World Cup's coming up. I'm gonna look for a guy that I'm gonna invest in. Say he's gonna have a big World Cup, younger guy.
Pulisic was mine.
So there's a gentleman, Fermin Lopez, who is on Spain, Barcelona, 23 years old.
Yep.
Got a PSA 10 rookie card out of his. I bought it this week. Pretty good price. He broke his foot. He will not be playing in the World Cup. So sometimes that's what happens. That's why they say Pikachu can't tear his ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Charizard can't tear his ACL. So be wary of the sports cards. But he's 23, Joe. Maybe he'll come back better than ever.
Speaking of sports cards, PSA,
that's where I was really trying to get to. Thank you.
Grading company, they have suspended any new submissions For example, I have a subscription with them. Today they sent me an email saying my subscription is being paused because...
Did I read it correctly? It's a 10 million card backlog?
Yeah. So you can still pay for the fast expense services, but you're paying $300 to get one card back in 2 weeks or something. What if the card's not worth $300? What if you have a bunch of Roman Anthony cards like me? Those things took a whack.
I told Skaz I had his rookie year, I bought a bunch of Zion Williamson cards. How do you think those are doing?
How's that going?
Negative 300% is my profit margin.
Riley, do you know anything about trading cards?
Not really. I did the whole Pokemon card thing when I was in middle school, but that's really it.
Should pull those back up.
I think I gave them to my brother.
Oh, man, he's rich.
Yeah, he still does it. He buys them off of eBay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I set up at events, and I'm a vendor. People come to my table, and I sell them paper.
Didn't Tom Brady just open a new card store?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Texas, right? Because Danny Amendola was there.
Tom Brady is the owner of Card Vault by Tom Brady,
Yeah.
where I used to be a breaker there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Chris Costa, friend of the show, is one of the owners. They have a location in Boston and many other. They just opened their 17th location in Texas.
Yeah.
Was their first location the one in Boston?
Yeah, or Foxwood.
There's one in Gillette, right?
Boston, Gillette, Foxwoods. Yep. I used to work at the one in Boston.
Can I get the Joe sniffer out on one more thing?
Yeah, please.
There was a report, and I'd like Skaz's opinion on this too, of the Green Teamers podcast. Skaz and Joe, and Riley, did you guys read anything into that Steve Bulpett tweet today?
Mm-hmm.
Does that spell at all to you? Like at the end, he mentioned that the third team. Why would he include that?
Because they haven't had direct Jaylen Brown for Giannis trades. So there hasn't been any conversations about acquiring Giannis for Jaylen Brown. But they have had fluid conversations, which means if they were to have a conversation, it would be with a third team.
So does that take it as the Bucks aren't interested in Jaylen Brown?
I would take it as the Celtics probably aren't interested in trading Brown for Giannis. So here's where I'm at on that one. I think that if Giannis says, I want to go to Boston and I won't go anywhere else, the Celtics therefore have all the leverage. They can be like, we'll give you Derek White,
Peyton Pritchard,
and everything. Like Derek White and Hauser. And like 4 first-round picks. And then they get Giannis. Does Jaylen Brown, are they going to extend him to a Supermax deal? Which they don't have to. It'd be $75 million a year. He already makes $55 million. So just remember that. And then the other thing is if he doesn't want to be here, then you would trade him. But you'd be over the tax. Get it? It sounds like they want to get under the luxury tax. So therefore, they feel that they have a better chance of winning with Giannis and Tatum and stay under the tax than with Brown and Tatum and be at the tax.
Skaz, is that how you took it too?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of been in lockstep with Joe, and I think Bulpett does a really good job when it comes to this stuff. I don't see how they do this deal without a third team, so I think that's kind of what the wording is kind of, I don't know, insinuating there almost. I mean, I don't even say, he says it's increasingly likely this could wind up being solved with a deal involving multiple teams. To me, that even seems more than 3 teams. Like, this could be 4 or 5. We mention it time and time again, but Brad Stevens doesn't really operate within the status quo or however his moves aren't really like Giannis for Jaylen Brown is too simple for Brad Stevens. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's going to be a lot more going on, and I do think Orlando is becoming a serious contender. I don't know if you guys are following this at all for Giannis, but the Orlando Magic hired that new coach today, and now we're kind of getting into the weeds when it comes to the Orlando Magic head coach. But this matters to the Celtics and to the Giannis sweepstakes because he is credited with being a Giannis guy and part of Giannis's real development in Milwaukee. They also just fired their general manager, I believe the Magic did, and hired a guy who was formerly in Milwaukee as well So let's see. John Hammond, yes. So he was the GM with an advisory role, drafted Giannis. Jeff Weltman is now their president of basketball operations. He was the one that is credited with scouting Giannis. And Sean Sweeney, the gentleman they just hired to be their head coach, worked closely with Giannis in Milwaukee. So I think the Orlando Magic are sneaky a team to watch out for here. People kind of just write them off and discredit them. But if they wanted to make a package, with Wagner or even Paulo, depending on who they're going to tie themselves to in the future, that's a legitimate team that can make an offer. And it sounds like they're almost building their front office for Giannis. I'm almost under the radar.
I feel like Giannis is available for a shorter deal than most people think. Like Brown for Giannis would never happen.
No, I don't think so either.
I think it's like Giannis. You want Giannis, give us something that's worthy, but it's not going to be a king's ransom. Plus, he only has 2 years left on a deal. And there's another, does Orlando want to go over the tax? I think they went over the tax with Desmond Bain.
Giannis on Orlando is interesting.
But yeah, he'd be the man.
With Bain and
they just
Wagner.
Can't shoot. That entire team
They
just
would,
can't
they
shoot
would
the
have
basketball.
literally.
Yeah.
They'd have to sign like Strus off the street or like Duncan Robinson or like those, you know what I mean? Just guys that can shoot.
Is there a way Hauser gets moved to the Magic in that deal, and you make out with maybe not Giannis, but
Maybe
there's
one
a
of
way
their
you get a
bigs.
big man or something, and you send Hauser or even Pritchard or somebody there. I don't know. They're gonna have to move Desmond Bain's money. I don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen, but I think the Giannis deal is going to involve multiple teams. It seems that's a foregone conclusion at this point.
All right, I had 5 slices of pizza today.
I had 3.
Thank you, Riley, for bringing that in.
Oh, of course, anytime.
I was worried that she wouldn't be able to carry it all by herself.
It was the first thing I asked her when I said, "You need any help?" She said, "I got it. Just carry my water bottle."
And I did. I had it.
Honestly, and the fact that she brought in 3 pizzas is such a great thing for the Joe Show. When you bring in food, if you under order, that's that gives me the ick.
So I did it right.
Yes, you did it right.
did it right.
You over
She was like,
order.
"Oh, I'm just gonna have
You
it." I'm like,
over
"What?
order.
Get more than
Yeah.
We've almost eaten all of it, I would
Yeah.
say. We've eaten at least half.
And Skaz hasn't had a slice.
I'll take one to go. Don't you worry.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
We got to hear the report.
So what do you think, Joe? What's your score?
I think 8-2 is what I'm going with. Although Riley did convince me to try the cheese, just the cheese, not the provolone. I think I liked it more.
I like the crust a little bit tonight.
Oh, the crust and the provolone did seem a bit bigger. You go for the corner egg pieces, right, Joe?
Yeah. But the flat cheese, ooh, was good.
I can't believe you said Detroit pizza for the rest of your life over.
No, I said square pizza.
Square. Well, are we including?
Would you want a folded pizza or a square pizza? The rest
Square.
Of the Me too.
Definitely.
Skaz, should we bring up the Stu Gods versus Dan Lebertard situation?
I don't know, maybe their producer will start calling in again. One other quick thing before we do that.
I just said that just to bust balls.
Are you in or out on someone? You introduce yourself to someone and they hit you with "We've met before."
Yep.
In or out?
Well, yes. That used to be the regular with me and Dan Shaughnessy.
You would introduce yourself to Dan, or he would introduce himself to you?
Hey, Dan Shaughnessy, Boston Globe. How are you? Yeah, Dan, I've hosted shows with you before. Oh yeah, that's right. So how he learned who I was basically he was doing the baseball hour by himself, and Joe Murray coming up next, 7 to midnight. I'd rather stick needles in my eyes. I took it as he'd rather stick needles in his eyes than listen to me.
No.
But no, it was about working 5 hours.
Yes, of course.
But after that day, he now will never forget me. So every time I see him, he goes, Joe Murray. But where are you going with this, guys?
Just are you in or out? Because I imagine a lot of people, you meet a lot of people. Do you ever go, hey, I'm Joe Murray, and they hit you with we've met before?
Yes. And can I tell you that there's people who say they haven't met me, but we've definitely met. And I have to bring up I get big. I have been big time many times in my life.
Joe Murray going to be with you 7 to 12. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'd rather stick needles in my eyes.
That and for good reason there, Dan, because that was back in the days when we would go 7 to midnight every night.
And I was filling in back then.
Riley, we had interns back then. Yes. So
I wouldn't get home until 1 a.m.
Yeah, you're telling us every night.
What year was that in the system?
That is labeled. Give me 1 second here.
14, 13, 14.
Let me see if I can get it in a wide orbit here to give us a real date on it.
I'm going to say 13 or 14.
Have you ever done 6 to midnight?
Riley, I have done 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. before.
After a championship.
Yeah,
Here.
when the Patriots won the championship, I went all night.
After the Celtics won, would we stay on until 3, 2?
Well, I couldn't leave because there was SWAT at the Garden.
Well, yes.
Really?
Yeah, game when the Celtics won the championship in 24, I was at the Card Vault Studios.
I think I stayed until 2 or 3, and then McCarthy came on the air.
Yeah,
and
he
then
came in.
they relieved me, I
wow.
think, with Stenberg.
But yeah, the 2013 Red Sox, when they won the World Series, I went midnight to 6 a.m.
That's commitment.
Well, come on, they took calls all night long. Think about it.
Oh, really?
All night.
That's awesome.
No, and I'm not. This is a flex. We got to go. This is a flex, though. I have worked Super Bowls, winning and losing. Stanley Cup Finals, winning and losing. Red Sox, winning only. And who am I missing?
Celtics.
Celtics won, and I was there in the building.
That's awesome.
And I did a Revs final, but they lost. So I did every single championship postgame show here, except for the Malcolm Butler game. I did the 28-3. That was.
Oh, wow. That is a flex. That's a flex.
I went till 6 a.m. Yes, I have literally, and now So yes, I have done every single championship win and loss.
You know what we should muse about?
Except for the Malcolm Butler game.
I'd be curious to hear everyone's favorite sports moment.
Joe.
Because the Malcolm Butler, that's like my favorite moment ever.
The week of July 13th is All-Star Weekend in baseball.
That's when we'll do it.
That week, you could
Street Team Joe, programming director for the night show that week.
That week, I want you to this is what we're doing every night. No, I'm serious.
Okay.
He sets
Riley,
the table, as they would say.
If you want. No, you guys, do you know that about that week at all?
There's nothing going on.
The ESPYs are the only thing on. The Home Run Derby's Monday. The game is Tuesday. Nothing is on Wednesday but the ESPYs. Thursday, nobody plays. And then Friday, they're all back. Worst week in sports radio. Vomit. So if you want to be my guest, just the Riley and Joe show.
We'll come up with some. We'll come up with some stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else? It's Friday. Be the last time you can say anything all week.
I mean, I know my favorite sports moment.
Yeah, let's just get it out. Let's just do it.
Hey, Riley, real quick. 2 minutes or less.
Oh, you know Riley didn't know the Manti Te'o? Does that make us... Are we old?
Watch that documentary.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we'll give you some projects, too, that we gave to Joe.
Homework for Riley.
I have so much homework. It's supposed to be the summer.
There's a lot. Were there any games that you played in your neighborhood as a child with your friends on the street?
I didn't have any friends who lived on my street. I have one neighbor, and I live next to a farm.
But did you guys have any farm games that you would play growing up?
We played hay bale tag.
What's
there
that?
you go.
What's that called?
Okay, so across the street from my house, we had 2 stacks of, I would say 50 hay bales, and they were double stacked, and you could hide underneath them and find the holes, and we would play hide and seek in them, and we would play tag on them and run around. It's really fun. I'd push my brother off sometimes.
What was it called again?
Hay bale tag.
Hay.
Like hay bale, like a hay bale.
Bale.
No, like a hay
bale
bale
of hay, Joe.
Like a hay bale tag.
You know
Like
what
a hay
bale of hay is, right?
Do I need to look up a photo?
Joe's from the city. You don't know.
You ever seen the giant marshmallows?
Here.
On the side of they look like giant marshmallows, but it's just it's hay. It's just
Is it
a
what
bale
people
of-
hide behind during gunfights?
I'm gonna look up a photo.
Maybe in some pop culture. I don't know. See cows eating them.
What was the game last night?
This, but covered in white.
Okay, people sleep on those. Yeah. Friday
Capture the bacon.
Friday the 13th. No,
Riley, have you ever heard of Manhunt?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Did you play Manhunt?
Yeah.
Did
I
you
mean, not on my road, but yeah.
But yes, as a youth.
Yeah. Or zombie tag.
Zombie
Or blob tag.
What is okay? What is zombie tag?
Zombie tag. It's like infection. That's another name for it. You know,
I got
infection.
you.
Okay, I just called it zombie
similar,
tag.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody ever play a card game called Spit?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
been really this is how unk I am. I've been hammering cribbage lately, Joe.
I
That's
like
an old
cribbage.
guy move.
Well, but cribbage will look at like all the Italians.
Skaz, my dad has a cribbage board in his car just so he can whip it out whenever it's necessary.
I gotta get Paul over to the house.
Yeah,
sometime,
yeah.
you know?
Skaz and my dad. I come home, Joe, every night, and he loves you guys, but like for not meeting Skaz. He loves him more than anyone. He's like, it's actually crazy. Like, he's never met Skaz, and he treats Skaz.
I'm gonna play some cribbage sometime,
Yeah.
Paul.
You know how you talked about culture shock of me going to North Carolina?
Yeah.
Biggest culture shock, no one knows what cribbage is. Nobody.
It's a wicked Italian thing because it's funny. I got invited to one in the North End like a year ago. I really wanted to go. In West Roxbury, there's a bunch of old Italians that play like in like on the street. What do they call those road? Like, you know, when there's grass. God.
A median?
Median.
The median.
Yeah. They play in grass medians in West Roxbury. All right. That's enough. What was it called? Hay bale?
Hay bale tag.
Hey, Bill! Hey, Bill! Ying, 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 ying. All right, let's go to break. You know what, guys? Since there's really not much going on. Red Sox lose 4-3, and I believe the Canadians are getting swept. Hey, it's 5-1 with 2 minutes to go. We should watch them. Let's put them on and watch them lose.
Oh, we got to see the handshakes,
That's
Joe.
right. I gotta get that.
No, I liked you on Nesson. Come on, you look good up there.
And this hour of the Sports Hub would have been brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. We'll wrap this thing up here on the other side.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub. the Sports Hub.
Vegas are the hockey universe right now. Who would have thought?
They're not touching it, Joe. They're not touching it.
Good. Next week we'll get Street Team Joe's thoughts on handshakes.
Okay, what a tease. The Bod Brindamore.
Right. Yeah. Sarko, what do you got, buddy? Sarko. Hello, Sarko. Oh no.
Sarko.
Sarko. Oh man.
He's up.
We love you, Sarko. That's it, guys. Street Team Joe, get your ass up on the microphone, will you? Thank you to Riley Marchand, our intern. Skaz. I'm Joe Murray. Thanks to Street Team Joe. Joe, why don't you send everybody home this weekend? Thank you, everyone, for listening. We're back here on Monday at 7 o'clock. Send us home, Joe.
For intern Riley Marchand, Street Team Joe, our producer James Scaramazino, and your host, he's Joe Murray, and you're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
What's up, everyone? Matt Nolan here alongside my brother Mark from Nolan Bros Boxing Promotions, and we're bringing boxing back to Fenway with Fight Night at Fenway 2, Saturday, June 6th.
Last year was electric, and this year we built it even better. All New England card inside the big concourse at Fenway.
The main event features Jaye the Golden Child Brown taking on vicious Anthony Vieira in a fight New England boxing fans have been waiting for.
Plus, some of the best local fighters from across the region all in one place for one unforgettable night.
Ringside seats are already sold out, so grab your tickets now at Nolan